What's going on, YouTube? Hey guys, I can't get my camera on today. I don't feel too good, but I had scheduled this, so I want to make sure that I deliver since it's already pre-scheduled. So please bear with me. I'm hoping I can get through this in 30 minutes. I caught the flu Sunday evening, so I'm working through that. But I feel a lot better today than I did last night. Last night was pretty rough. Some flu going around. So I do apologize. You'll bear with me. Let me make sure that my stuff is set up properly and then we'll get to the topic. Go to. All right. Switch profiles and boom. But let me know how you're doing, man. Let me know in the chat. Hey, Anthony, I see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope y'all are doing well, my people. I think tomorrow I'm going to react to the black girl, that the influencer that died in Zanzibar. I've heard different narratives about it, so I'm gonna watch some Tanzanian creators and I've been watching some Black American creators that have some comments on it. I want to get it all together, and hopefully, if I feel better tomorrow, I will comment on that, plus a few other things that I have on the list. Let's see. But I want to talk about the YouTube algorithm, right? Obviously, we're all creating content, so we know what is going on. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not complaining at all, man. Uh, some You have to also understand that viewer behavior has changed. People are working outside more. Not everybody works remotely. So, as a creator, you have to understand that lifestyles have changed, patterns have changed. You're not gonna get the views you get uh, during like you did during COVID. Even your own patterns have changed. People like different things now. YouTube has changed. YouTube has become more like a live stream platform nowadays. People like live streams. They don't want to watch long form content anymore. YouTube is also pushing shorts. So you find that uh, guys that used to make regular long term content, their views are down overall. I was watching Think Media podcast a few days ago, and they were talking about Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is down 50% in viewership. So if Mr. Beast is down 50% in viewership, who are we to complain about we not getting views? I heard a few guys make this about raise. I don't think it's about raise. I think it's just about consumer behavior. People have just changed. And there's also other platforms. I mean, YouTube is king, but TikTok, we should never underestimate what TikTok has done to content, because we all have a fixed amount of hours in a day. So if I'm on TikTok all day, I'm not coming to YouTube. And if I'm on YouTube, I'm not going to TikTok. You can't have both of them open at the same time, right? You can only watch one at a time. So some people are on Instagram, the old folks are still on Facebook. So the platforms are diluted. There's some people on Rumble and Kick, so the platforms are diluted. So there's a bit of shift in terms of platform. The content styles are different. Some people like to watch from their phone, so a more portrait view, like on Instagram, IG, is better for a better way to view things. Some people like to view things on TikTok, right? Which is also a 9 by 16. So consumer behavior has changed, and these creators need to put that into consideration. I don't like when people complain and make everything about race. But let's get to, let me bring this screen up and go to our favorite YouTuber, Austin Holloman. And, we love Austin on this channel. But right here, Let me move him over so that you guys can see it. All right. But I've been noticing some patterns with his content, but he's not the only one. We are just picking him because I'm petty. All right. Anthony says he's a Black American of Fulani descent of Nigeria. Have you been to Nigeria yet? I know Afro Think Tank goes to Nigeria a lot. Yeah, you should check it out, man. You should check it out. I'd say go to Ghana first. Ghana should always be like your intro to Africa before you go to Nigeria, bro. Nigeria can be a little bit on the hot side. Let's see if I can have a much better blowout so we get more of the page than we do of me. I don't like this. How about this? No, don't like that. This is too much of the thing. Yeah, maybe this is better. We can work with this. All right. So this is Social Blade. The reason I'm using Social Blade and not going straight to the Austin channel is Austin has decided to put all his videos for members only. I guess the reason he's doing that is because he doesn't want people like me to make reaction videos to his stupid live streams. Okay. But we're not interested in doing a review on a live stream that lasts 8 hours. That's just way too much, man. We just want to pick out the moments where they are struggling. Okay. And that's what we are interested in. On this on on this YouTube channel, we like beef, we like bullshit. So we're always looking for their L's, man. Okay, but as you can see, right, this is all visible. I hope you guys can see it. I'm gonna be putting my highlighter around some of the numbers. You know, these are the daily earnings. Most of these are live streams, so it doesn't include super chats. I hope it doesn't, because if it includes super chats, that's horrible, right? But you're seeing, you know, some videos earning anywhere from $5 to $70 on the high end. You're not gonna get the highest. You're gonna get somewhere in the middle, maybe $30, $40. That's not a lot of money for YouTube, considering that these people have to travel, buy hostels, pay for food, or eat all 3 meals outside. So, you know, you're looking at, again, we did this last month. This month, he still has a net gain of 0 subscribers. So he's gone 60 days without a net gain in subs. That's horrible. You know, like this thing has peaked out. You know, it's really peaked out. So the question now is it time for him to accept that this is no longer a working business? You know, who am I to tell a man to quit, right? But if you look at his content, it feels like he knows this is the end, but he also doesn't want to give it up. Like he's fighting so hard. And I applaud him for his hustle, man. This is like, you know, love him or hate him, but this is the definition of hustle. Okay. That man is hustling. Okay. He is hustling. He is really, really, really hustling. Get up, bro. I live in almost $1 million home. Why would I be unemployed? You know what it costs to even live here? You know what my mortgage costs? Yeah? You know what my mortgage cost? I cannot be unemployed. People that are unemployed cannot live my lifestyle, bro. And it's not cap because you guys see my live streams when I vlog. I'm not capping. Even my auto payment is somebody's rent. Okay. So yeah, don't miss me with that bullshit, bro. Today we're gonna let you chat a little bit. We're gonna let you chat a little bit. But this is educational. I don't know why you're so protective over this. Like, I do applaud the guy's effort, his hard work, he's pushing, but I'm looking at this from a more analytical standpoint, and I'm saying that this is not just unique to him. This is across the board. All creators are losing views. All creators are losing views, which means that for most people, maybe 90% of people that create content, this should not be a full-time job. This should be some side hustle in a way, or maybe something you just love to do, and just whenever you get money, get money. If you don't get money, keep it moving, right? But this guy is putting in long, long hours. I mean, you're looking here, um for his sub, this is all videos total combined for the day. So all videos combined, including live streams, um 18,000. Some days he does well. Some the days he goes on real long streams, he does well. But for the most part, he's getting right about 8 to 10% of his viewership total per day. That's not enough money to make a living, bro. Um, and as you can see, this is his monthly subscriber gain chart. Okay, so uh, s- July he did well, then he started losing subs. He's got a few moments, where he peaks out a little bit. This is all 2024. When then we get into 2025, and as you can see, the trend is coming down, and it hasn't really. This has been, if you look at where my mouse is, this has been the lowest on record since he had his channel. Typically, channels that have that many subs, if I'm adding 200 subs a month, channels like this should be adding. When you have more, that means you have more reach. So your additions are going to be more. For example, Anton Daniels has 30,000 subs every month. Okay. He has 30,000 subs every month because he has more subs, which is more reach, which means the video goes to more people. And because of the size of the channel, his percentage of subs that are adding on to his channel is maybe a reflection of what small channels would do too. When you have such a big channel and you're not meeting that 1% threshold, you're underperforming. As you can see, February he gained 1,000 subs. This month he's tracking for zero. I think March he got 0 subs net. Could be wrong reporting, but the views also mirror the subs. As you can see here, uh, the view chat just looks just like the sub chat. Good views in 2024, 2023, 2024 post COVID, and then it just goes down and down and down, and then all the way down. Okay. It- the thing is this is like these people have no skill. Well, he says he's a barber, but I don't know. That's a very competitive thing, and I think anybody can become a barber. It's not really that hard. I don't think that's any skill at all. I think young men should build better skills than this shit. We're gonna try and see. Let me go on YouTube, see if we can see some of his most recent videos. I know he's not gonna let us see it, but if I have to buy membership, why not? I'll buy membership, man. I'll buy membership for you guys to see it. uh Rate is saying, let me read this. It looks like an interesting comment. He says, in this current world and economy, he will never on uh, catch up unless he strikes gold. But he's at the mercy of strangers financing his life. Yeah, if you can save some money, like if you can save some money, but that means you have to change some habits, right? This guy they have to eat steak every day. Salute to you, Dragon. They have to stay in hotels. They have to eat steak every night. uh, that that's a very expensive way to create content. It's one thing if you're just sitting in the US like me and I'm just firing it up. You have a fixed expense. Once you pay that, you pay for equipment. You don't really have any expense, so you can just do it and not. But for them, because they are travel creators, they have to buy air tickets. They have to buy hotels. They have to eat out all the time because you're traveling. You're on the road all the time, and then you have to keep moving from one destination to the next, and in some cases you have to pay for some chicas. When you add all that up together, you're just living. You're just living. You're not really building anything sustainable. Another thing that these guys haven't figured out and they have never talked about, social security. Some people are of the impression that everybody's going to get social security. That's not true. If you don't meet the minimum work requirements, which is 40 work hours uh, for the average person, that is 10 years of working 40 hours a week and making contributions to Social Security, you will not get Social Security when you retire. You will not qualify for it. So at the age that they've left the US and they were 1099 employees, and some of them are not filing their taxes, they may not have paid into the Social Security system to know if they've met the work hour requirement to be able to be eligible for Social Security when they retire. They are leaving way too early. Like, you should work while you're young in the US because it's a much better economy. It has a much better opportunity for work at a young age. It is maybe one of the best places in the world to build skills, build the skills for today's jobs, get the money, raise, get your money side sorted out, and then plan your way out if you really genuinely want to live overseas. It's doable. It's doable, but you have to do it with some guidance and some plans. And a lot of these guys don't have that. They just like moving around the world with no idea what's gonna come. And I blame COVID for this because a lot of the money they made was COVID money. And if you're young and you see your first couple dollars, you tend to think that that money is always going to be there. Everybody has made some money and lost money before and thought, oh my God, I wish I did something right with this money, only to know that you've lost it and it's never going to come back. That is the period in which they are. Okay, so they have lost all that money that they used to make, but they've also built such a big audience that psychologically it's hard for them to let go. They want to let go, but it's just too hard to let go, man. And as you see here, let's see if he's going to let us watch some of the then. This guy says, I'm taking Z to America. She's going to run off, man. She'll get that green card and run off. That will not be good. If that chick runs off. So you notice what I'm seeing here, right? He's made these into, he's changed all his live streams immediately after streaming into memberships. And the reason he's done that is to prevent guys like me from playing it out and reacting to it, which is fine. I thought about, should I pay for membership or not to pay for membership? Maybe I should pay for membership. How much is an Austin membership? Yeah. Man, should I give Austin $4.99 a month? Should I give Austin all of my $4.99 a month? Let me, guys, you let me know in the chat if you want me to give, just to gain access. Basic membership. Basic membership, man. The shit I do for y'all on YouTube. Oh, man. But as you can see, I'll wait for your chat to decide if you guys want me to pay for membership. But we don't need to play the video to we don't need to play the video to make my point. Here's the point. Look at the hours on this. 3 hours, 53 minutes. Sometimes within the same day. So 7 hours, 7 hours. So 1 hour, 41 minutes. If you add these up, that is roughly 5 hours, almost 6 hours. So this is almost 2, this is almost 4. It's almost 6 hours a day, 5 hours and change, right? When you're streaming 6 hours, 8 hours nonstop every day, like I said, I give it to him, man. The boy is grinding on YouTube. But the views, as you can see, these views, this is a whole week after the video was posted, only 1,800 views. That's like $5, bro. Salute to Kobe. That's like $5. Like you work all these hours for $5, and then you have, like he's made them membership only, which means the video is not going to move anymore. So he's not going to get any views for it. So he's already not worried about the views, which explains why he's doing this. He's doing this to fend off criticism, because some of us who play the video and react to it. And secondly, he's doing this because the goal of this type of content is just to get super chats. So after super chats, he doesn't care about the videos anymore. He doesn't clip them. And then he moves on to the next live stream. Like literally every time of the day, he'll fire up a live stream. This is way too much. What this does is it creates content fatigue. You're like, even your viewers don't want to watch you every day. They may love you, but your viewers have to go to work, bro. That's why I'm like, if I don't see some of my guys in my live stream a few days straight, I usually get excited for that, which is ironic, right? That means they are working. Because I want you to be working. And I don't do my live streams at odd times. It's usually times that I know, or I think at least people are home. But this is America. Some of you work third shift, second shift, first shift. Some of you listen, but you can't watch. You just have it on and you're listening. But I think this guy is trying so hard to hold on to this. There's really nothing left of it. He's fought hard, man. I'll give it to him. This is like, he's not going out easily. He is like giving it his everything. Like, let's go back and see. Even today, he gave it 2 hours and 31 minutes. Then he gave yesterday. I think he split his yesterday streams up. He went live 3 times yesterday. Add some few long forms to it. Yesterday was a bit of a lightweight. 2 hours, if you add all these up, a little over 2 hours yesterday. That's okay. But look, 2 days ago, he did 5 hours here and an hour, almost an hour, 30 minutes here. This is way too much streaming. 5 days ago, 4 hours and 29 minutes. 2 hours, 3 hours and 53 minutes. Every day. He streamed every day. Over here, an hour 42. And the topics are also boring. Okay, that means he doesn't really care about the audience. He has nothing to talk about. Why would you fire up a live stream with why would you fire up a live stream? What is this? Right here. My teeth are done. That is a topic. How do you expect the YouTube algorithm to push a live stream like this? Salute to Kobe. I've seen you here. Let me go get it real quick. Kobe says, that boy hurting real bad. He's crying, Mama, I'm coming home to sleep on the couch. Yeah, I think he has to come home and build some skills, bro. Yeah, how do you fire up a live stream? My teeth are bad. Even the YouTube algorithm wouldn't like something like this. Like, he's working hard, but not working smart, right? There used to be like that old saying that you got to work smart, which means like these videos he fires up, if you look closely, you might think he's working hard, but this is laziness. There are no thumbnails. These are thumbnails that are transcribed from the video itself. So he's not making any thumbnails. He's not titling his videos right. He's not adding any SEO techniques to his videos, which means he's firing up these live streams as a way for people to just give him money. Whoever picks up the live will just throw in some super chats from time to time, but he's not really doing it for the content, because if he's doing it for the content, he's gonna let the video run and see if there's gonna be a few views. Like, my channel makes 99% of my channel's revenue is from views. So I'm not gonna do a live stream and just remove the video. I need that video to post, and I need the views after that video posts. That's what regular YouTubers would do. What he's doing is like, man, fuck YouTube money, fuck revenue, ad revenue money. I just need 20 guys in the live stream and hope that each one of them gives me $10. And I've made my money for that video, and I don't care what happens to that video. That's why all these videos are low effort. Look at this. The title of this video is Austin Holloman is live. That means he just turned it on. Net fishing, exactly. He just turned it on, didn't put any titles in it, and just went live streaming. Same thing. Austin Holloman is live. Austin Holloman is live. If you might think he's working hard, but this is laziness too. Like laziness because he's not putting in the effort to give the audience a better content. Better content is the rules, content 101, the rules, everything that we learn from the OGs that create content, right? You do your thumbnails, you do your SEO techniques, you add your keywords, you add your hashtags. There are no hashtags, there are no keywords. Heck, he's not even titling them. No effort whatsoever. Gets on the phone. Soon as he finds internet, he turns it on. He puts it up for life. So the audience is not really getting any value from watching this shit. And if you've watched some of it, you guys know we watch some of it from time to time. There's long stretches of this live stream where this brother just goes quiet, like he's thinking of what to say. He doesn't know what to say. Then he's probably look at the comments and say, "Oh, okay," and then responds to something because he doesn't care about the content that he's making anymore. He just wants the views. you know, we're gonna try and get an example of what I'm talking about right here. Let's see.
When he was born, he's 19. He won't fucking die.
19 years.
Yep.
You've been flying with him.
He doesn't go to all the trips, but he goes to wherever my base is.
Damn. Oh, so you put him in a kennel or some shit. Or somebody watch you drop him.
I have people that watch him.
So he's talking to somebody, but he's not engaging with the audience, right? So he's out eating food with somebody, not really engaging the audience. Yeah. This is sad, man. I told you, right? All they do is they eat steak, they eat at restaurants, right? As you can see, steak restaurants. So these guys are always on vacation, unlimited vacation. This is not a good way to live, folks. We come here and we mock these guys and we joke about this, but I hope that we learn from these are all lessons. For us it's entertainment and we're gonna laugh at it, but I know that for a lot of you that are watching, none of you want to be this person, bro. This is not great. If you're sitting here salivating that this is who you're supposed to be, you lost the plot, bro. This is not great. To be on vacation 365 days a year at your most prime years is madness. These people have no, like, I saw one, I think it was Meta Rate or somebody said in the comment section, these people have no retirement started. They are not contributing into social security, so they may never be eligible for social security until they come back home and work. A lot of them don't have health insurance because they are, seeking cheaper insurance overseas. They haven't had a bad illness yet for them to realize how shitty uh, third world healthcare systems are before they start running back home. All these guys will have to come back home eventually, bro. But yeah, that's the life, man. This is where the super chat goes. It eats a few steaks for the day, pays a hostel, occasionally buys some box, repeats the cycle. This man is stressed, man. Young man, he's already wrinkling up in his 20s. Young man, you shouldn't be wrinkling up like this early on, bro. You all won't recognize him by the time he's my age if he keeps going like this, you know? Yeah. You can tell, right? If you look at below somebody's eyes, when you see that swelling, that's usually an indication of fatigue, especially if you are young. This man is not even sleeping peacefully. All the toto he paid for is hunting him. All the cheap bucks he paid in Nairobi, all them ladies are hunting him, man, for paying discount bucks. No, this is no, nah, man. He got some white guys to buy him a meal, drink some moonshine in Vietnam or wherever he is right now. This is sad, bro. Just come home, man. Wrap this shit up, brother. Wrap this shit up.
Him and two other teenagers, they were like 18 and 19, a girl and two guys. They were out in the streets protesting against the regime. They grabbed them and they executed them.
Hey, y'all defended Iran.
Dude, ask any Iranian, they want the regime gone.
Bro, I know Iranians that I met in Turkey, and they're not like the Americans that are like trying to back Iran. The Iranians that fled, I know refugees from Iran that are not saying what the American CNNers,
Yeah.
most reliable source,
Most reliable source.
are not.
Says your best friend.
Bro, so imagine you're listening to this shit for 6 hours straight, right? What's up, Tone? You gotta listen to this for 6 hours straight, man. That's sad. Yeah, that's really sad. That's what I'm saying. I think that brother man needs to come home. You know, you can still do YouTube while you're in the US. There's a lot of content you can create in America. You know, you can do a lot of content in the US. While you do a lot of content in the US, you can then maybe go to the community college in Fort Worth and start building some learning. And he's salvageable, man. A lot of the other guys are not salvageable. This guy is salvageable. He's young. He's not even 30 yet. So he can turn this around in 2 years. But I don't think he see it yet. You know, like we're looking ahead of him. He doesn't see it yet until the ultimate crash. The ultimate crash is YouTube. You're seeing it, like he's gonna get burnt out. I think he said it in one of his videos, unless it's clickbaiting, I'm burnt out, right? Unless it's a clickbait. But if it is what it is, even if it's a clickbait, I believe it because the intensity has slowed down a little bit. Remember, it used to be 8 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Now I'm seeing a few 2 hours in there, 2 hours here, 2 hours here, a few 38-minute videos. But he's not doing the titles. He doesn't even have the energy and the time to do the titles. He just needs to be live to hope that somebody gives him a super chat. He's working for super chats at this moment, bro. That's sad.
Okay, so we got 43 people watching already in the first minute. YouTube must have sent out a notification. He said the quality is bad. Yeah. Let me look at it myself. Yeah, that StreamYard, man. This shit is crazy. Let me do it on a hotspot. The internet at this hotel, so I guess whenever I'm here, because I mean it's tolerable right now. It's not the best, but I guess I just have to deal with it like this whenever we're here. But so yeah, I see we lost some viewers because of that bad internet. But yeah, so I'm still here in Da Nang, Vietnam. I tried to do that whole sardine diet thing, and yeah, I went to the boxing gym and like yeah, after like 5 minutes of running and all that, like I was completely out of energy. So like I've just come to the conclusion if I'm gonna do such a high intensity sport, I'm not gonna be able to have the same diet that I'm trying to do right now without loading up on the right food, at least the night before. Like if I would have ate a full, meal, like a full 3-course meal or whatever last night, I probably would have been better. But you said Jeezy and his wife were here. Are they still married? I thought something happened to them, right? Steaks at some places for like 10, 15 bucks and like nice steaks, like really nice spots. And maybe at most I've seen like 20 or 25 bucks. Like I don't ever think I've seen like a $40 steak in Kenya. If you go to South Africa, Bobby and I went to a steakhouse in South Africa. I think that shit was like $25 a person. And it was like a 5-star steakhouse. It was really nice. The food sucked, but the ambiance was 5-star. But here, like a basic ass restaurant, like a restaurant that's not 5-star, not even probably like 3-star at best. Like, yeah, 500-gram steak is like, yeah, you're literally talking like 40 bucks. Like that's just for the meat. That's not with nothing else. No mashed potatoes, nothing. So that's why I said, if you want me to go get a steak, we can go do a steak Kick live stream. I'm not live on Kick right now, by the way. I'm going to go live once we get to about 150 people. I'm going to transition over because I told you guys last week was the last week that I'm going to be sitting around on YouTube for 8-9 hours straight. Just because so I'm not going to explain it again. Well, actually, you know what? People have told me don't expect to be heard every time. I'm moving over to Kick because Kick pays you for people leaving comments and watching the video. YouTube does not. Now, if I sit right here on this live stream, yes, it'll be monetized because there's not music playing, but people enjoy me being out and about every night on the street, drinking or walking, whatever, and music plays in the background, demonetize the whole video. But with Kick, that doesn't happen. So it just makes everything easier for both of us. I don't have to put shit on members only. My algorithm on YouTube stays untouched because it's not being, there's not 20-minute videos competing with 3-hour live streams. The watch time is different on those. But yeah, you said in Bogota, you get, in Latin America, but I remember going to the steakhouses in Buenos Aires and getting like the best steak, green beans and mashed potatoes for like literally like 8 or 9. It wouldn't I mean, look, bro, a lobster and steak is like $70 in steaks. Like if you go try to eat lobster.
You know that I'm trying to see where he talks about being burnt out, but if you just so far what we've listened, falls in line with the things we talk about. These guys eat lobster every day, chicken, steak and shrimp every day. You know, animal protein based meals that are very expensive. Like most of us don't eat that daily, right? It's these are just things that just comes up about once in a while. And even if we do, we go to the supermarket, we buy our shit and we cook. So the notion that your money stretches further overseas is a big lie if you're always going to eat at restaurants. That's not true. Your life's going to be even more expensive than it would be if you lived in the States, because in the States, there's a feeling of being at home. Your kitchen is active. Over there, where these guys are, there is no kitchen. They are in hotel rooms. So they have to eat breakfast outside, lunch outside, dinner outside. Do I know what happened to KG? KG quit, man. He's Kobe. I think I'm gonna put a link for Kobe to come up and explain to you what KG is doing. KG is he's working DoorDash in New Jersey, and he's also showing signs like the people that have to put signs up to market something. Those people that sometimes they wear mascots to to direct you to a shop, to a Metro PCS to buy some plants. I heard that's what he's doing, man. Dressed up like a mouse.
Somewhere you're gonna spend like $70. How the hell is this cost of living so cheap here in the lobster? Like that's the only thing on the menu. That and steak is the only thing on the menu that I love to eat that I won't be ordering here unless if I cook it. When I won't be cooking it because I don't have a kitchen in this hotel. But
What did I say? They don't cook because they don't have kitchens. This lifestyle is perpetual vacation. They're on early retirement, but they've never worked a job in their life. This is really really horrible. No, if you're a financial planner, you're looking at this, your skin is itching, bro. Because this is like the do not. This is the thing that they tell you in financial education, do not do, bro. Even rich people don't live like this. I've made a lot of money in my life, and I'll never live like this. This is crazy. Absolute madness, bro. Absolute madness. And now in the old days on YouTube, it was a lot easier because you post a video, you get 100,000 views. You post a video, you get 50,000 views. Now you're getting 5,000 views, 4,000 views, 5,000 views, 4,000 views. So you're not getting the views that you're supposed to get. This is why he's putting in all these long hours to make up for it, so that he can stretch out the watch hours and get a good CPM and RPM for his videos, and hopefully get some super chats in the process. But this is like, yeah, Dragon, I agree with you, bro. This is not sustainable. Nobody should be looking at this. Nobody should be doing this, man. You know, like I used to say, yeah, I have a hot mouth and I say some shit to my black folks in America from time to time, depending on the topic. But I also drop a lot of gems in these videos, bro, because I'm a very, very experienced person. I'll be 42 years old in a few days. April 25th, we'll do a live stream. We'll do a birthday live stream. Come drink some beer for your boy. You know, very, very experienced human being. So like I come here and my videos turn into lectures. There's always something that you can learn from from any of my live streams. Go back to it and watch any of them. It can be relationship experience, married going on 13 years, raising two kids. So I always share those experiences. Um, you know, there's a video that I want to react to about a YouTuber that just got a divorce, an African chick, and I'm gonna use her as an example of the women you don't marry. So it may sound a bit red pillish, but it's not red pill. It's just from my life experience, so that I can tell the young brothers, even for African women, there are some women to look out for, and this is a prime example of a woman that you don't do relationships with, and you never marry. I don't. Whenever when she told her story, I have a feeling the dude may not even be African, because if he's African, he's lost the plot too. Because I was like, there's no way an African guy married this chick. This is one of the chicks that are good for a good time. But somebody married her and she's making a video about it. I got to react to it quick. I think tomorrow, because if I don't, I have a feeling she'll take it down. You know, but I want to use that as a case study. So I come here and I drop relationship gems. For my relationship gems are not for dates, but for the guys that are looking to take the next step, right? Because I've done that, and that's what I do. And I drop some good books for you guys to read from time to time to help you. So you get everything with me, man. You get the toughness, and then you get the good stuff and the good stories, and you get the case studies of what you shouldn't do. Which in this case today we're doing a case study of what you should not be. If you find yourself eating steak or eating out of the restaurant more than twice or three times a month, you're doing something wrong, bro. You're doing something wrong. You should not be at a restaurant that much. Shit. I mean, my cheap butts are so far on that, when I do two Starbucks a week, I'm complaining. Because my homeboy doesn't work at Starbucks anymore. So I don't get my close friend used to be the director of AI and analytics at Starbucks. So I used to get free Starbucks or discounted Starbucks, but I don't get that anymore because he got laid off and he went to a different company. So now I have to pay $6. So I get a one cup a week, and I make the rest at home, right? You got to save money, man. You can't live your life like this, bro. Thanks, Dragon. Yeah, you can't live your life like this. It's not. I mean, you're gonna shit the food out anyway, bro. Lobster. So from what he's describing, 3 meals in Vietnam will cost him about $45-50. It's cheaper than the US, but if you're there for 2 weeks, it adds up. And if you have to eat, 3 meals, it adds up. There goes your super chat. When are you gonna save some to pay your taxes? That's why I think a lot of these guys are not paying taxes, bro. A lot of these guys are not paying their taxes.
Yeah. So that being said, that's what that is. And I believe somebody was talking about taxes a minute ago for people living abroad. I guess I don't see it, but yeah. So me being burnt out, we got 97 people watching right now. Me being burnt out.
I swear to God, I've never watched this video, so I didn't know the next thing he was gonna talk about is taxes. He just went there, but it looks like he's not gonna talk about it. He's probably skipping it because a lot of them don't pay taxes, bro. A lot of these dudes don't pay their tax. Thanks, Kobe. I see you, bro.
It just comes from me moving around doing a lot. Wow, that is some strong wine. But it comes around from me moving around doing a lot and just boxing. I mean, in Sri Lanka, there was not as much stuff to do. I spent a lot of time inside my hotel room, except for those last few days, maybe a week.
So Austin gave his reason for moving to Kick. I have a different view of why he's moving to Kick. He's moving to Kick because critics like me may not be scrutinizing Kick as much as we do YouTube, but trust me, we will be there. Your boy will be there, okay? Your boy is always gonna be there. It don't matter where they go. Guys, please find me Carlos Red. I know he's hiding somewhere. Find me Carlos Red, man. He's probably back on YouTube quiet about it. He won't tag me in his videos anymore because now I kicked his ass so much. He's like, no. I kicked him so much he was crying on Rumble. He stopped posting on Rumble. He hasn't posted on Rumble in like 2 weeks. So I have a feeling he's come back to YouTube. So if you find him on some hidden YouTube, let me know so I can go over there. And before you guys log off, I'm going to give you an update on Dennis Sperling.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to Kick because here in about 10 or 15 minutes, we'll head over there. And
so you see, he didn't talk about taxes. But yeah, my theory is I think he's going to Kick so that the Namibian girl doesn't see him playing around with chicas. I think he doesn't want the Namibian girls to see that he's playing around with chicas because Austin's audience don't want this shit. They want to see some booty, okay? And he can't show booty because the girl watches YouTube. So he's going on Kick because Namibians probably don't even know Kick exists. On Kick, he's going to be able to show that shit and maybe even design a paywall system for the real thing because there's no way this guy is sitting over there in Asia and not touching on some Asian honeys. You know what I'm saying? He's moving over there so that the Z girl doesn't see that he's back in the game. because he needs that game to make money. Nobody wants to be watching this boring ass with no chicas, man. Then the man need to see some ass, bro. The man need to see some ass. All right, you got to show them some ass.
Let's see. Yeah, so it'll be right here, kick.com/Austin Holland, whenever you guys are ready to join. You said text 255 is the way to go. Tell me what text 2555 is. But so I mean, the thing is this: what I do every year, is I have QuickBooks and I have my tax. I mean, I have my transactions that go through all my bank accounts. If I have to pay for something cash, I have to get cash out the ATM, and so I'll just take a picture of the receipt and upload it and tie it to ATM withdrawal. And so at the end of the year, I have all of my transactions stacked up of everything that I've used all around the world. I think you guys get what I'm saying. And what I'll do from there is you can, if you are in my position, like you're not some big time business owner, you're not bringing in a shitload of money, you can file yourself. Now, if I was doing over $500,000 a year, then yeah, that would make sense for me to probably less than that, like even 300,000 more. I'd probably have a CPA, just because it's too much room for error, depending on how you do things. I see somebody bring up the FEIE. Again, the FEIE is the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion Act. If you do that, yes, it hovers around 115 to 125,000 people. I mean, not people. I'm reading somebody else's comment. Turn these fucking comments off. Hold on. $125,000, 115, 125,000 changes every year. And what that does is it allows you, if you've been staying outside the United States, you have to be going 11 months out of the year. Okay, I think it's 333 or something. It's somewhere right, but it's somewhere. You can verify yourself. It's called the FEIE, tax exemption, or deduction, whatever you want to call it, right? And as long as you were going for about 11 months, you can qualify for that. They're going to ask you for proof, like what dates did you arrive, at this place, that place. And so for me traveling to different countries, like when I had to apply for the FEIE in 2023, like it was a pain in the ass. Like I had to document that I went from Brazil to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Zambia, Ghana, Senegal. Then I had to do Romania, Poland, Thailand again, Brazil, not Brazil, but Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay. And so it doesn't sound like a lot. Oh, you had to put that on there. No, they want you to write like individual dates. So you got to go look at when exactly you landed. It's a whole lot of work. I mean, obviously, I think at this point now, I would tell you to fill that shit out throughout the year if you're living like a digital nomad lifestyle where you're traveling. Why, if you're living a frequent digital nomad lifestyle where you're traveling to 10 countries per year or more, because it's a lot of paperwork to fill out. And I mean, there's more exemptions where that came from as well. I mean, you can always, put your housing costs in another country down. You said you normally use TurboTax. I mean, but are you filing on a 1040 or are you employed? Because I mean, it depends, right? If you're doing a Schedule C, it works differently than somebody that's employed with a company. Do I ever see myself moving back to America? Maybe for 3 months to make some money. Like, I mean, I can do it now, right? Like, I'm not how I was 2 years ago where I have to get some pussy everywhere I go. I mean, and this trip proves it to you. I mean, I've been gone from Kenya. I was last with Z in Kenya, so that was Sri Lanka. That was damn near 6 weeks ago when I last seen her. So like,
so Austin is saying, you guys believe him that he's abstained for 6 weeks. He's on monk duty. I tell you, man, that's why he's moving to Kick, so that the chick doesn't see that he's bringing in some chicas. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. These are men that have been sexually addicted for years, man. Yeah. He has some ideas. So he knows about the Foreign Exemption Act and living abroad and how you can get that. I think this year is probably capped about 110K. I'm not too sure because I don't use it. But that can help you lower your taxes, obviously, if you're living overseas for that long. And he does mention a Schedule C. So he's read something, he's learned something. And that comes from maybe him filing his own individual taxes, table tax 1040. But he mentioned that if you are employed for somebody, then you're not using a 1040. If you work for somebody, you still have to use a 1040. That's your individual tax form. So probably just a few, but that is, for me, it's impressive because I don't like, for what he just said, to me, it's very impressive. for what he said is too expressive because the bar is set pretty low for them. The bar is set pretty low. So for him to even have that idea, like, okay, at least he's read something, because some other dudes have no idea what a schedule C is, bro. 1040X. Okay, okay. Yeah. So some of these guys, I don't deal with this international stuff. So but even when I become an expert, I'll definitely be using. But he learned it on ChatGPT. Yeah, but it's still quite impressive because, like I said, I don't hold these guys in high esteem whatsoever. Okay, so this year's 132. That's a nice chunk, right? But let me ask you this though. Do you have to make, I'm gonna put this because that's important. Do you have to make that money overseas, or that includes US income even if you live overseas? Because see, these guys work for YouTube. So unless they've changed their YouTube address to their foreign country and paying, because some countries will charge you tax, they depend on the visa you're using. Uh, that income is still earned in the US while living overseas. So can you still claim that exemption if the income is earned as if you're in the US? Because they make Google, they're using US addresses to do YouTube. Like my YouTube says USA, and my YouTube comes to a US address. If I go live in Zambia right now, my corporation that I work for still pays me in USD as a US employee, because my pay would change drastically if I tell them I live overseas, right? They are paying me US wages. Can I still file the foreign exemption? I need to look into that. I'm gonna have to investigate that because at some point this will apply to me. So I need to investigate that. But if anybody knows in the chat, man, let me know. But I will say I'm very impressed that he at least has an idea that even these things exist. But I also think a lot of these guys don't file taxes at all.
I could go stay for extended periods of time. It would be annoying because even if I'm not dating there, it's still annoying as hell being there. But I mean, hey, that would give me an opportunity to go look at the rocks and all that other stuff, that the United States has. Like I said, if I go back to the United States earlier than expected this year, which I probably fucking won't, I would have to stay longer than expected. I'm not going to go earlier. I'm not going to spend my birthday in America. Guarantee you that. I would travel to 2 more states at most. One of them will be in Middle America. I want to see the Homestead Act Americans. And then I wanted to go see some more of the East Coast. I've been to the East Coast. Some people might not call Florida the East Coast, even though it sits on the East fucking coast. But I've been to Florida, I've been to New Jersey, and that's it for the East Coast. I've been to California too. I've been to Oklahoma, I've been to Ohio, I've been to Mississippi. I got family in Mississippi and Louisiana. I've been to Georgia. My favorite city in all the United States is either Austin, Texas, or it's Orlando. I'm probably going to have to go to Orlando just because it's different. And I wouldn't mind stopping by Orlando, just because the United States is a great place to get content. You got a lot of very rude, delusional people that aren't afraid to express their opinions, and it makes for great content. Versus like in Kenya, you have people that are intelligent and they have strong beliefs, but good luck getting one of them on fucking camera. So it doesn't. The culture clashes between the two. So if you want like endless content, you can go to the United States. And you said for some reason people only consider the Northeast the East Coast. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, because I mean by that logic, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so Skates is saying it only applies if you are working for a US company overseas. So Google in this case would also YouTubers work for Google, and a lot of them are using their US addresses, so that could be a reason to use it. And it's actually 330 days, which is not hard to do at all, right? Oh, you thought he hated the United States? I thought he hated salute to Kiev. He hated the US. How can you hate the US, bro? I mean, America has this problem, but why would you just hate it? You can get tired of it and go live overseas. I understand, but why should you just hate it? I mean, there's nothing to hate here, right? You can hate the box. I mean, I've not been impressed with the box. Okay, I've never had some box here. I've never tried an American box, but after the few Kendra reactions, I'm going through some PTSD or whatever they call it. My mental state has been affected after that reaction video we did a couple days ago, man. Okay, so the FTC might be better. I might have to look into this. I've never really taking that into consideration because I just have any use for it. But sometime sometime down the line I'll need it, so I have to definitely go look into it. But these guys need to come back and build some skills, man. Content creation doesn't take any effort at all, man. This should be something you do like Uber. Just come in here, chill a little bit. Come in here, chill a little bit, bro. But if you want to really make a career out of this, you need to have maybe 500,000 subs where you get a good consistent 10% viewership per video every post. So each video should get at least 50,000 views. If you're posting 2 videos a day, that's 100,000 views a day. Depending on your RPM, that can be a good $300 ish, $400 a day. Yeah, maybe I can see you do it full time, because that will add up to a 6-figure income if you do the math. I get that, but I don't see why anybody want to do this full time. Man, just get a skill and go to work, bro. Get a skill and go to work. I promise you guys a video on the welfare state, because Dennis Perlin is on deck next week, and we'll go through the welfare system because he needs some education. So we're gonna give him some education.
About Maine is part of the East Coast. Like when I last looked at the map, I believe Maine Vermont go live because he's walking around the town in Dallas, Texas.
So this guy, he just clickbait us to say he's burnt out. He doesn't really talk about being burnt out, but he is really burnt out. But you get the point, man. Lazy thumbnails, lazy titles, no SEO techniques, doing it on the I don't give a fuck, but expects to get viewership. So the algorithm just doesn't treat him right. And views are down, subs are down, content is boring. And he's doing this 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day. This is too much of a waste of time, bro. I've never seen a human being waste that much time. That's enough hours to get a college degree, bro, while still doing YouTube. He can dedicate 2 hours a day to some online school in Asia somewhere, so he can come back home with some skill, travel experience, built enough com skills for having YouTube this long, so that can put him in a good corporate structure to get a career kicked off. But like this, no, bro. This is not. This is gonna be one. This is when this is all said and done. About the next 2 years, I think we're gonna be writing about these guys, and they. Yeah. Anyway, Philly Dom says he's gonna come on. I'm gonna give him a live stream or an interview 1-on-1, and it won't be a low ball interview like the O'Shea one, because with O'Shea I had to promise him to give him a counter interview that is at parity with Agaba's interview, so I had to be fair to him. But for Philly Dom, I'm just gonna be honest with him and tell him what I think, and I just want him to be. I'll make him comfortable, but I want him to understand where I come from when I make these videos. It's not out of hate. It's just I just think there's a much better way, and this should not be how you should be influencing people. That's what I think. Let me show you what I've done. Okay, so I took you guys' advice partially, but my ego is my ego. Your boy is petty. Okay, my ego is my ego, and Dennis has something that I have. Okay, he's a lawyer and I have a lawyer. Okay, he's a lawyer and I have a lawyer, and sometimes I don't like to put my wife through certain things, but I still will get legal advice. So in this case, I just got legal advice and I did my own thing. So I'm playing chess with him. I'll show you what I mean by that. So let me get my screen here for you guys to see what I'm working with. Let's see if it'll pop up. Let's see. So you guys know I edited the video, as we said in the chat, based on the advice I got from my subscribers. And I went back and I did where is this? Oh, this is not it. Oh. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to, I got the wrong page. This one. Right here. All right. So screen share. I'm petty. Okay. I'm petty. If you're gonna go to war with me, you gotta be very, very prepared. Because I figured if I let it go and I take the strike, he's gonna keep doing it to people. And the way I thought about this was very strategic. He needs YouTube more than I do. This guy quit practicing law. I have a day job. And if it gets messy, we can all lose our channels, but I'll be the winner. So this is good suicide, is how I thought about it. So if you are new here, the story is that I did a video, and here's the video. Let me see if I can show you. This is my YouTube studio, so you guys can see it. And I got a notification. I got a copyright notification from this video. We complied with a legal copyright takedown complaint for your video. FBA Yellow Man blames black immigrants for black American broken homes. Nana responds. So this is the video. As you can see here, the video is removed. Okay, the video is removed. But the channel, I used to have a copyright strike. The copyright strike has now been removed because I challenged it. Okay. And I challenged it strategically. So if you look at the details, I'm going to show it to you right here. If you look at this, is the video that is still being reviewed. It's almost a 2-hour live stream. Within that live stream, Dennis Perlin has a rap music. The minute marker is 149.57 to 150.49, which means I used approximately 1 minute of that video, of that rap song. That rap song was to tell the audience that the guy was making rap music with chickens around it as part of, to prove his behavior, contributing to the same things that he's complaining about. It wasn't because we enjoyed his music in broken Spanish. That was horrible Espanol. It's not even great Spanish. Ven conmigo, por favor, por favor, por favor, with his stupid ass Houston accent. Ven conmigo, por favor, por favor. That's the music. That's the rap music that motherfucker made. And he struck my channel for it. But the trick that they do for striking people's channels, especially these guys that do this FBA stuff, they use it as a vessel to dox people. They use it as a vessel to dox people. So you have to make a calculation whether to put your information there to be doxed or to let it go and take the strike. And I just couldn't fathom the idea of taking that strike for 90 days. Also, knowing clearly that it is not copyright, this is fair use, and he's kind of messing up. So this is what I did. Okay, so whenever somebody complains about me getting some AdSense revenue, this shit goes back right to the channel. I went and I bought an address. Okay, I didn't use my physical address. I went and I bought an address. You can do that. Okay, so I filled the postal services forms and all that. Went through a third party, bought an address that I can use for business and for YouTube. Okay, made sure the address was fully functioning. So it took me a day to get it all back nicely. Then I went and I bought a phone number for my dummy phone. I have a dummy phone. So I bought a phone number that I can change after this claim ends. Okay, because you got to put your real phone number, your address, your phone number, and your name. I'm not worried about my name. So my name is out there anyway. So I put my name down. Then I put my phone number, which I've just bought for $10 a month. Then my address, which is $20 a month. So $30. And I use that to file a counterclaim. So now when you do that, he's got this is what he's supposed. So I've sent it back to him. The moment I file that counterclaim, the copyright is removed from my channel. Then this is what he has to do. The content owner who removed your video has 10 US business days to review my counter notification. And if they don't provide proof of court action against me, the video will be reinstated. So he has to take me to court. And to file that in federal court is $400. So I'm about to force this motherfucker to waste $400 and still lose in court. Because this is clearly within the rules of fair copyright, fair use. Then whenever we are done in court, which I think is a pussy, is not going to do it, because he's going to watch this video and he'll hear my psychology behind this. I'm going to force him to go to court. I'll meet him in court. I'll beat him in court. When I'm done beating him in court, I'll file a countersuit because there's enough evidence here that he struck this video because it was critical of him. Enough for that. That is against the copyright rules. And then now I will drag him to court and force him to waste more money. Sometimes the guys that are legal people and lawyers, they do this because they don't have a lawyer's fee. Well, I don't have a lawyer's fee either. That's the whole point. But he needs to pay the filing fee. He needs to pay the filing fee. So I'm just going to drag him. Yes, it cost me $30. But if I win my countersuit in court, the penalties can go up to $30,000. And I'm also going to use that as leverage to try to get his channel removed from YouTube. So my real goal is not the money that I can get from a countersuit. My goal is to back him in a corner, which I think right now he's feeling the pressure. This is why I'm saying this in the video, because I'm going to clip it so that he sees it to understand what he's dealing with. I'm backing him in a corner. I'm forcing him right now to file a lawsuit in 10 days. That's how these rules work. If he doesn't file the suit in 10 days, YouTube will automatically reinstate it. If he files it, it's going to cost him I think it's $440 for the federal forms. Wasted $440 because this is well within fair use rules. They're going to play the video in court. They will notice that the video is a critical video of him. That is why he took it down. And then I will use that as grounds. I'll use the judgment of that as grounds to file a countersuit against him for wasting my time, for attorney fees that I'll pay at my wife's rate, which is $380 an hour. So I will let my wife bill him for attorney fees to show up in court when he loses that case, and I'll get his money. So he does this because in his community, his people are not that sophisticated. So a lot of them give up on shit like that. I'm on YouTube for these motherfuckers, man. I'm not playing games, bro. You know, I'm not. Dennis, you got the wrong dude, man. You're dealing with an African now. You got the wrong dude, bro. You got the wrong dude, man. So Dennis Sperling, if you are watching this video, you got 10 days to go to court. I want you to file this in federal court, in the Northern Federal District Court, right here in Dallas, Texas, where my woman actually just got sworn into that court last year, by the way. We're just going to show up there, and he's going to waste, I'm going to watch him waste $440 for this bullshit that he's going to lose in court anyway, because this is clearly fair use. Who is listening to some music called Conmigo that is done in horrible Spanish? Yeah? Music, ven conmigo, por favor, por favor, por favor. He's singing a song like he has a stroke. You know? Ven conmigo, por favor. Fat ass, man. Let him go to the gym, motherfucker. This dude is playing with the wrong dude. You want to eat that FBA grift money? You got it coming, bro. I'm on all of you motherfuckers. That, you know, all these guys, I'm lining them up one by one and I'm lashing them. He got 10 days, Dennis Perlin. You got 10 days to review this video on you, motherfucker. See, he thought he was going to get me because filing the countersuit means I have to put up my real address. Well, I went and I bought an address. My address is downtown Dallas. If anybody is interested in my address, I can give it to you. It's on Commerce Street, downtown Dallas. I'm sure he looked at that and was like, this guy don't live in this skyscraper. I can't dox him. Like, I can't dox this motherfucker because he's gonna go to a skyscraper in downtown Dallas. That's where my mails are going, man. Send that shit to downtown Dallas. They'll tell me. And I like this service because when the mail shows up, when it goes to court, they're going to show me they're gonna open the mail for me and just send me a digital copy, so I don't even need to drive all the way to downtown Dallas. God bless America, man. $20. That's all it cost me to get an address. So now I'm gonna keep that address for as long as I have YouTube, because now that is my official business address. So if any of you wants to send me a letter, let me know. My goal is to use this as a way to tell YouTube that he does this perpetually, filing false copyright claims, and see if I can get his YouTube channel taken down. If I get his YouTube channel, that motherfucker is unemployed. He messed with the wrong dude, Dennis Perlin. I'm gonna tag you in this live stream so you know what is going on. Okay, you're messing with the wrong dude, man. Okay, you're a lawyer. I'm married to a lawyer. Okay, and actually, mine went to SMU, which is ranked #1 in the state. You, Dennis Perlin, you went to #10 ranked law school in the state, which is the worst ranked law school. 66% pass rate versus a 98% pass rate. So there's a difference in intellectual ability between my wife and you. That's who you're competing against. And she's actually practicing. You are not practicing. You're a YouTuber. That motherfucker is a YouTuber. She's a real litigation attorney. Worked for Chase Bank, worked for some of the biggest corporations in the US. Then it's a small boy. He's small boy. Okay. Okay. Ninja lawyers, man. Like Corey Holcomb's lawyer. Small boy. All right. So normally I don't like to bring her in my pettiness, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take one for the team, man. I'm not. I wasn't gonna go down like that. I was like, fuck this shit, bro. Fuck this shit, bro. It's like, you know what? The only reason I paused on that live stream that day is like, how do I work around the address part? Because that's what he wants. He wants to put that in his Facebook groups for his sick ass FBA guys. I said, okay, what do you mean? I buy an address. I can buy one. $20. And then I bought a phone number. Any of you want my dummy phone number, I'll give it to you too. I bought a dummy phone number, which actually, if you call it, it'll come to me though. But I'm gonna keep it up to the case is done, and I'll get rid of it. So I bought a phone number for $10. Then I bought an address for 20. Okay. Then I filed a counterclaim. So now this is it. It's on him. He got the content owner who removed your video has 10 US business days to review your counter notification. If they don't provide proof of a court action against you, your video will be reinstated. In my counterclaim letter, I actually mentioned his name and I said, I know it's you. I also know you took it down because it's connected to a video that is critical of you and not because of a copyright infringement. I have no interest in your music. It was just played in reference to your lifestyle. And it has adequate commentary to suggest that it's not even the central position of this video, which means that it falls within the rules of fair right. You're taking down a whole 2-hour video over a 1-minute segment. If this is not fair use, no news media would be existent, because that's what the news does. No reaction channels will be existent. You know, so no, don't do ghetto things, man. We're serious here. We don't play games, Dennis. Okay, you can do that within your groups with your boys. You're dealing with Nana, man. You don't want this fight. You know, this is how we resolve this, Dennis Perlin, because I think you're gonna listen to this. Okay, I want you to stop blaming Africans for your problems. Blame yourselves, because I'll prove to you why you should blame yourselves. I want you to not make thumbnails mocking Africans. to show bald hair and all that bullshit. You know, I've seen that Tariq Nasheed has toned down. After we did the first video, I'm watching his last few videos. I've seen that he's toned down his bullshit, at least on YouTube. I haven't seen the TikTok ones. But I don't see Tariq Nasheed make videos showing Africans in a disparaging way in thumbnails in the last few days. That means that the tax video we did is working. I'm going to wait for a few weeks for it to settle a little bit, and then I'll hit him with the 2017. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll stretch it out all year so that the whole year that shit is on his ass, you know, until they make a public statement saying that their FBA grift is not going to mention Africans ever again. They're just going to talk about their own reparations and their delineations and all the things they want to do. We don't care. Do all that stuff you want. But don't disparage Africans. Don't disrespect them. Don't blame us for their bullshit. Just do you leave us alone. We'll do us. We won't also talk about you guys. We'll move on to something fun to do, you know. And that'll be nice. You can do your diaspora work in a different dimension where you're just not affecting people's businesses and destroying people and disrespecting people, you know, and talking about Africa. Some of them have never even been to Africa. Leave that alone. If they leave that alone, we'll leave that shit alone, and everybody will go about their business, you know. But until then, I'm gonna make the same thumbnails, you know, because my Dennis Sperling thumbnails are funny, bro. You know, I got more ideas for thumbnails, man. I'm gonna make the same ass thumbnails. I'm gonna troll. I'll be in their live streams. I'll be a mess wherever they are. I'll make videos. I can make 10 videos on Dennis Sperling every day. 10. If that's the attention he wants, he's gonna get 10 videos a day on both channels. I'll place 5 here, 5 there until he stops his bullshit. You know why? Like, you have to do this just to make some $5, bro. That's all these guys are making on these videos. $5, bro. Like, you really, like, you're gonna fight another black man over $5? Like, as if there are no bigger issues in America to worry about, really? Like, you left all the problems in America to worry about some damn Africans that are dancing to some African music on the continent that don't even know you exist. You know? But yeah, that is the update on it. I wanted to give you guys the update, man. I don't feel too good today, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Unless if you guys want to come on, I can put it on for you to come and chime in for a little bit. You guys want to do 10-minute panel? I can put it up for you, but it's got to be 10 minutes, bro, because your boy is not feeling good. Let me know what your thoughts are. Okay, if nobody wants to come on, we can do the panel tomorrow. Okay, all right. So I guess that might be good, yeah, because I don't feel too good today. I can rest this up, and then tomorrow, full panel base. My OBS should be ready by the weekend, so we'll get back to OBS. All right, y'all have a great night. Y'all, salute to Rainbow the God. Thanks for your support, bro. I seen your stupid ass emails, man. Rainbow the God is. When I saw the title, I thought it was a troll. I was like, motherfucker, bro. That dude got me again. I thought it was a troll. So I looked at it twice. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, oh yeah, it's Rainbow the God, man. Yeah, man. So guys, countdown, man. We're waiting for Dennis. We're waiting for him for 10 days. We'll see if he got the balls to go. I told you, man, you know, like, I've been studying these Manosphere boys. I'm a student of the Black Manosphere group. I've been studying them for years. One thing I know is they're not very confident people. They are not engaging. They are not men. They don't have that masculine vibe that most of us do. naturally. So they don't do well under pressure. They don't do well under pressure. They also act impulsively. So he saw the notification from YouTube and he quickly, within 3 hours, boom, he filed a claim without even watching the whole video. He just filed a claim, right? Because they act impulsively. Those are bitches. These are women. They're women. Uh, they are women in the head. Women in the head. You know, fat fucker. Like all that effort, those 3 hours, he could have gone to the gym and lost some weight, bro. He could have made the gym with that energy, burn some calories, reduce some of the calories in his head before he tries that bullshit with me. Yeah, so that's how fast he got that claim up. And soon as I took the first day to get these addresses, I had to wait till Monday to get the addresses set up because it has to be business hours. Once I got that shit set up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this running because you guys watch enough videos for me to get AdSense to pay for this shit. So it only helps with the pettiness, bro. The more videos you watch, your money is going to work for you, bro. I was like, yeah, I'll pay $10 for the phone, and I'll pay $20 for the address, and that will be the official address of the YouTube channel. So in case you're looking for me, I'm downtown Dallas, chilling on Commerce Street. One of those high rises somewhere. Sweet. It even had a sweet number, Suite 1125. So I'm sure Dennis was gonna put it on a docs list. He looked at it, like, there's no way this guy is living in an office downtown Dallas. Yeah, there you go, motherfucker. Checkmate. So let's see what it comes back with in 10 days. They are pussies, man. He's gonna release it. He's not gonna waste. That video he made only made $5. There's no way he's gonna waste $480 filing a federal lawsuit that he knows he's gonna lose. And he knows from my live streams that I have legal representation. That technically we're gonna bill him for the legal time. She's $380 an hour. So she's gonna bill for her legal time. We'll probably get about 3 or 4 hours on him preparing the document and going to court. And then we'll counter sue, including my legal fees for counter sue, which is $480. I'll end up getting about $2,000 from his bullshit, plus wasted time, because he needs to file a lawsuit here in Dallas, all the way from Houston, and he might have to show up in court. Let me tell you, VPN. Yeah, I know they can do. Man, I'm so tech savvy. They can do that shit with me, bro. Yeah, everything. I don't have a digital footprint, man. No LinkedIn, nothing. I got nothing on the internet. I did it 2 months before I came on the internet. Then I pay for Aura. Since I came on YouTube, I pay for Aura. They delete my shit like almost instantly. It's like AI deletion, bro. There's nothing, absolute nothing on the internet. Can't find it. But yeah, they can try all that bullshit on me, man. And this is what I also tell them. You remember that dude that used to come in my comment section? I told him I'll reverse this shit, and I have a much higher chance of success finding him than he finding me. As soon as I told him that, he backed off, because I said, yeah, I will find you. I will find you first. That dude that used to come in my comments trying to dox and doing all that bullshit. I said, okay. Soon as we established that he didn't have the right one, and he knew that I knew he didn't have the right one, and I said, you have a Google account, I will find you. Soon as I said I will find you, he backed off. He's never been back. Because I'm petty like that. I will find them. All I need is a little bit of time, man, and I will find them. I'm petty, bro. I like beef, okay? I like beef. I'm petty like that. So I will find them. If I really, really make it a task, I will find them. And then I'll report them to law enforcement. I'm not violent. I find you, I'll report you to law enforcement. And then hopefully Google will now take your account down. Then you'll be watching YouTube without signing in. You can't comment, Yeah. No, they got it coming, bro. Yeah, but we're waiting. We're gonna give Dennis 10 days. He got 10 days to go to court. Oh, Austin is reacting to videos on how African women will use. He's about to be used by one. Just watch. That girl will show up here in Dallas. She'll dribble him for a visa and move on to something else. He better hurry up before I show up to Namibia. I'll take that girl on the date. He better hurry up. I'll snatch it right from underneath him and make YouTube videos about it. Yeah, they don't know anything, man. Man, one day I think next time I do a live stream at home, I'll show you guys my data box, like where my network system at home, in my closet. I'll show you like how it's set up, just like the hardware part of it, for you to have an understanding how my networking works. Like I have a network within a network at home. I also have I port forward out through a router that I travel with. So it's like my own localized VPN system, you know. These guys are, yeah. If you try to IP me, it's gonna put you somewhere in Dallas, bro. Somewhere in Dallas that I've never been to. So this bullshit that they try to do, man. All their tricks, I got all their tricks, man. But if they are not very careful, I'll be the one to harm them. And I hope they don't try that shit with me, bro. And if you show up to my house unannounced, if as soon as I start seeing you on my camera, because I pick you up very fast, you're not gonna make it, bro. Don't show up to people's houses in Texas. It's a golden rule, okay? That's why we don't have home evasions in Texas. People don't just go into people's homes, man. You're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get smoked, man. Oh, all their bullshit is not working on me. They should just stick to internet banters. Yeah, yeah. They should just, yeah. In Texas, you don't just, even DoorDash is not safe over here, bro. You go knock on the wrong door, man. That might be the end of you, bro. That might be the end of you, bro. So yeah, you don't show up to people's houses. If you don't have the, if you can't take some jokes on the internet, just tune off, log off, bro. Don't be acting all tough, dude. See, the guys that are tough, they are in the hood doing the real thing, man. They're not on the internet. You know, you think so, some hood gangsters are on the internet proving they are tough? No, they're not. They're over there on the block trying to find somebody they can do a drive-by on, not sitting on the internet talking about drive-bys. Ah, yeah, that dude, when he stopped coming here after we checked him. He's like, yeah, no, I don't want to mess with this dude. Because I told him, I said, now that you've done your part, now I'm gonna do the reverse on you, and I will find you. And he was like, yeah, no, I don't want to mess with this guy. Hi, baby. All right, good people. All right, my good fellas. We'll be back tomorrow, man. I just need to get through some of my allergy symptoms and my flu symptoms. As soon as I get through that, I think I'll be done with it by tomorrow. And then is that the lady Bougie, Lady Boule, or whatever they call her, the old lady? I don't usually like to check ladies on the internet because then I'll be mean, you know. Yeah, I don't like to check ladies because I'll be mean. I'll end up saying some things that are not, some things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier for men to check men because with the men, I have no limits. Like, I have no breaks. I can go any direction, right? With women, if I go a certain way, then I'm like, you know, I got a mom, I got a wife. I can't go all in. I can't go all in. So I might just leave her alone, man. Yeah. With ladies, I just can't go all in. Maybe I'll reserve it for like let me defeat the men first. Let me defeat the men first. When I'm done with the men, then maybe she'll just be like the icing on the top, man. Okay, yeah. If Kobe says she's fair game, man, we might do it this week. We might do our first hit on her. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Send me some links in the email, man. Yeah, yeah. We might do some late. We might do one on air, man. We might do one on air. I mean, they want this, right? They want us to talk about this shit. We'll talk about it, man. Like I don't know about you guys, bro, but I spend my whole day looking for bad news on these people. That's what I do for fun. That is my hobby. Okay. My hobby is going online and looking for shit about these people. So I don't have a lot of good news. All my tabs are full of bad news. And now I use text message system for my queuing because I lose count of these videos. If I don't react fast enough, they become old news. So I lose a bit of it. But sometimes we're also restricted because if you hit them, then you're affecting the good black guys too. Like I don't want to, like, it's like there's a lot of good black folks out there that for you to really bash these guys, you have to use the general statistics. And when you use the general statistics, you come across as somebody that just hates them in general. But I think some of them understand. They understand the target, but I got to use the stats, bro. I got to, because we take up for all Africans. So I think it's only fair game. They got to take up for everybody, bro. It's only fair game. When we're done with them, we'll be friends again. But for now, they should just allow us to d- to tap in a little bit. They need to allow us to tap in a little bit. So we and it's only one channel. Why are they worried? It's only that Nana Kwaku is only one person. Afridam has been offline for a little bit, but it's only one channel. So they should just they should be okay with it. But yeah, that's all I do, man. That's what I do for a living. That's my new job now. That's my job description. I just look for bad news. I look for bad news so much that YouTube now just suggested to me. Like every time I wake up in the morning, I have like my browse features are full of things FBAs are doing across the country, man. Then now the job is for me to look for the most ridiculous to put up, man. But hey, both channels are growing, man. The main channel is at 8,400 subs. The this one, I think this one is now at 1,600 already. We started at 1,200, so they're growing, man. They're growing like crazy. Both channels are doing great. Um, you see, 246 in the last 28 days. We've added almost 250 subs on this channel. This was a dead channel that I revived. People don't even know that. Like, it was one of my oldest YouTube channels. I was not doing anything with it. I was like, you know what? Let me revive it. Look at what we've done, man. Look at what we've done. I know the analytics, bro. I know how to work these analytics. It's not even close. Look at the views. Let's see if it'll show me. Where are we? Where are we? I wanted to see if it's gonna show me month by month. Let's go back here. Before I wrap this up, let me show you something. Okay, so let's go to views. This is March. I want to go back. I like to do this on the. I like to do it on the. But yeah, you can see 27.7K, but below here it says 27.4K more than usual, which means this thing was doing about 400 views a month. Okay, look at the typical right here, 20 to 240 views a month. We're already at 27K the first month. And I just revived this channel. It was dead. It had no revenue at all. This is, you see, it had completely no revenue. I was doing like 20 cents, 30 cents a month on this channel. And it's already at $224 for the last 28 days. So yeah, this was a dead YouTube channel. We were able to I was able to fire it up. I was like, you know what, let me just go to the old ones, one of my old channels, and just make a rip. But in the old days, this was a great channel. I've deleted some of the videos, but if you go to, sometimes like you hear these guys talk, they make it look like I've never done YouTube before. I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. But if you go back, this same channel, the other old channel even had more views before this one. But if you go back to my old channels, you see last year, this one was almost 300,000 views. One video. The one I did about the woke video about woke people. And then this one with Biden, 7K. But the YouTube, that was just last year. The YouTube algorithm has changed a lot. So you're not gonna get it the way it used to be in the old days. Times change, but it doesn't mean we don't know how to do this shit. We've done this shit before. But anyway, you guys have gotten your channel update. You all have a great night. I work for myself for 2 cents. 2 cents an hour. 2 cents an hour. I need to start making some merch, man. I need to start making some merch with all my sayings, man. 2 cents an hour. Oh yeah. But yeah, this week I got some good reaction videos for you guys, man. I got a Dennis Perlin one that I will go back. I did a video on this, but I want to redo that video. So we're gonna do the welfare state. We're gonna do the welfare state. Look at somebody saying, why would I be jealous of him? Me and Austin, we live in the same city in America. I live in a part where if he shows up here, they'll think he's coming to shoplift. So I cannot be jealous of him. You're looking at two people on complete different spectrums of life under the same sun. So no, I cannot be jealous of him. Okay. It's very rare that I become jealous of a black person in America. Really, really rare, bro. I don't hold you guys in such a high esteem. So you got the wrong one, buddy. Like don't hold you guys in high esteem at all. Not in IQ, not in intelligence, not in lifestyle. Heck, even not in entertainment. I listen to Colombian music. I don't even listen to your music. Not in entertainment, not how you guys cry over shit, complaining, not your feminized nature. No, I don't, bro. I know. No, I don't hold you guys in high esteem like that. Some of you, like it's not a general rule. Some of you, some of you I can at least relate. But as a general rule, if I start being jealous of this group, then I failed. I looked at as a personal failure. And I'm not even joking about this. Is like in pure honesty. The guys that have listened to me for over a year will look at your comment and say you're crazy. I'm talking about this comment. Like they'll look at this comment and say, man, this motherfucker is crazy. You are crazy, bro. Like, why would I be jealous of a guy that he didn't go to college? I went to college. He didn't go to grad school. I went to grad school. Never worked in a corporate job. I worked for a Fortune 20. Why would I be jealous of a dude? And even YouTube, I might be beating him on YouTube. He got a head start, but I'll beat him. Give me about a year. I'll probably beat him on YouTube too. So why would I be jealous? I mean, me and him are competing for. We're getting about the same amount of views. If you look at it as a percentage of the audience, he's a full-time YouTuber that fails to even get 1% of his audience to watch his videos. I get like 10% of my guys watching. Some of my videos, I get it. Remember, it's 1,000 subs. So if I get 1,000 views, that's 100% viewership. He can only dream of that, bro. My channel is doing much better than his in terms of the reach it's getting, the subs it's adding monthly as a percentage of the channel. You gotta understand, you have to start somewhere. These guys built these channels because of COVID. It's not because they are talented. We just played the guy's video. Where is the talent, bro? No, what do you mean I can't get a woman? I'm married with kids. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, dog? I can't be like you guys. And even when I was out there like that, bro, I had game, bro. I'm not like y'all that can't even speak to women. Your boy had game, man. You gotta understand. And I speak multiple languages. When I lived in Eastern Europe, I was a beast, bro. I was a beast when I went to college over there. I don't have low self-esteem like these motherfuckers that don't know how to talk to women, didn't grow up around any man, buying prostitutes all over the damn place. What the fuck you talking about, dog? No, we are not all like you guys, man. What the fuck? I'm settled, man. I'm raising two kids. We don't run away from our kids like y'all do. Come on, man. Hey, I want to be nice to your community today, man. Don't start, man. Do not start. Do not start, man. I want to be nice to the brothers today, man. See, whenever I give you guys a night day, yeah, but I'm 42. I'm not ashamed to be 42. I did when I was at this age. I went to college at 18 years old for 4 years. I left college. I went to grad school for 2 years, roughly about 2.5 years. I taught at a university. I work for the top 20 company globally right now. So why would I be jealous of him? If you go to Austin Holloman's profile and ask him, what does he think of somebody that owns real estate in Prosper, Texas? He'll tell you. We're not in the same league. Nope, there is no simp. And you got to put some respect on it, man. There is no simp. If you've listened to me long enough, I'm far from a simp. That red pill mindset is why you guys are traveling all over the world, getting kicked out of the world, bro. Nobody wants your asses. Colombia just got rid of your dumb asses. You're buying prostitutes all over the damn place. Nobody wants your asses over there. You call a man that didn't run away from his home and is raising his kids a simp? No wonder your community is in shambles. Because you don't have an idea of what life is. I showed you what your women look like. You want to go there? Okay, let me close the door because it looks like this person wants this live stream to go. Huh? Like, dude, I've been married going on 13 years. There is no simp here. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. What paying? I'm married. So what am I paying? I'm raising kids. That's what men are supposed to do. You don't have the mindset of a responsible man. So you don't understand this shit with your stupid ass red pill talking points, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna be, why is you're speaking so emotional? You're speaking so emotional about things you don't know about, and you're trying. These are like the feminized men. This is an example of feminized men. They start insulting other people's wives, not knowing that like there's like a limit to how you discuss things and how you talk about things. Like when you get into when you're in a man space, if you're a man, not the bullshit, not your bullshit version of masculinity, but if you're a real man, right? If you're a real man with no feminized female feelings, you speak to men, you approach me, you talk about me. Once you start moving the topic to people's children and stuff, you're a weak man. You're a weak man. You're a weak man. Why? You're scared to financially provide because you're broke? That's your job as a man. You're supposed to. This is why your community has the least marital rates, because the men are not ready. With this kind of thinking, no woman overseas will marry you either. That's why you guys buy prostitutes. This is why I said I have no hope in this community. This is like an expression of who they are. You're seeing it in display. Okay? And you came here thinking, oh, simp. My wife makes more money than you. She's a licensed attorney. She is a licensed attorney. She makes way more money than you. Okay? What are you talking about? Used. A full licensed attorney, bro. What are you talking about? Talking about provider. And these are the broke men. How much money do you make? Don't lie. Even if you have, I hope you have a job. What do you mean? I don't. What do you mean? She makes a whole lot of money. She makes way more money. More than 99.99% of your population in America. So what are you talking about? Provider. And she's a traditional African woman, real African, something that your community. Let me show you what the women of your community. Okay, let's show you the women of your community and compare that to what I married. These are the women of your community. This guy wants to make the show interesting. Let's show you. This is what your women are doing in America. You know what? Let me get to that welfare video. Since he wants to know, this guy is gonna make the live stream interesting. Let's go. I'm sick, but we're gonna do it. Well, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Me, married, no shit out of wedlock. Okay. All my children are by me, raised by me. There's no child support here. My son goes to private school. Okay. Austin Holloman is low class compared to me in terms of like just American status. We're not even in the same conversation. Okay. We're not in the same conversation. Okay. I met my wife in 2006, bro. 2006. That's when I met my wife. 2006 in college. So you got no idea what you're talking about. Okay? You got no idea what you're talking about, buddy. Your community cannot do this shit. They are not capable. There are no child supports here. There are no baby mama, baby daddy dramas here. These are your women. This is what you guys will run away from. Why don't you stay in America and marry them? These are your women, right?
With the help of Zero accounting software, I've got the right information at my fingertips. So now I can take my business anywhere. And I know where I'm heading next. Search Zero with an X.
Going back to school doesn't mean starting from scratch. At Purdue Global.
You got good light. Hi.
Hey.
I love that you got good light. Come on, girl. How is your name Ramona? How you say your name?
Roma.
Roma in the daytime. Where you calling me from, sweetheart?
Philly.
Philly. Oh.
These are your women, bro. The fuck you talking about? These are your fucking women. There's another one. What a beauty.
Veronica, girl.
Hey, cousins.
Veronica. I done met a man by the name of Rudy who said, hold on.
Child, you and everybody else.
Hold on, Veronica, because I got to do you the way I did him. Is this your husband?
Soon to be ex. But yes, I know him. I do.
Is this your wife?
This woman is married. She's on a dating show looking for another man, not even disclosing that she's married. These are your women, bro. You should not be talking about people's wives when you come from a community like this, bro.
Legally, yes.
This is your wife. You guys aren't divorced.
No.
She said that she was divorced?
We have our first mediation April 4th.
So you are still legally married to him?
Unfortunately, yes.
So you lied to us?
I didn't lie to you. So here's the thing. I didn't know what there's no shade to you. I didn't know who you were. I'd never seen your show. It was the first time I ever joined your show. Somebody kept sending me the link.
Girl, that got nothing to do with a question of you.
I didn't know. This is what I'm saying is I didn't know your requirements to be on the show was like, oh, you.
But that don't matter anyways.
So okay.
The question,
Yes.
So
yes.
you lied because the question was, are you divorced? Hold on. Whether you knew me or not, it ain't about shade. Questions are questions, and the direct question was, are you divorced? You said, hold on. Let me finish.
Let's roll with it.
Let me finish, Veronica. I'm gonna let you respond, but I gotta finish.
Yeah, both sides. None of them you can marry. You can't marry either of. You can't marry the host. You can't marry this motherfucker that's out here talking like that. You come from a community where almost 80% of your women are flat out disgusting, bro, including the ones that even gave birth to you. And most likely, she's the one that raised you. I can tell when you're raised by a single mom, bro. Like, I know you guys to the core. I can tell when you're raised by a single mom. Say that I'm lying. You're fucking raised by a single mom. Because that's what 80% of you guys are, bro. 8 out of 10. And with your feminine traits, I can easily tell, bro. With that feminine bullshit you brought over here, you are in that 80%. You're not the 20% that like some days I want to give these guys a break because it gets too hard, bro. But this is what you guys have available. And now Colombians are kicking you out. They say, we don't want you in our country because you're full of shit. The whole world doesn't want you, bro. America doesn't, your home country doesn't even want your ass. This single mom raised boys. Everybody's fatigued. The internet, even YouTube is fatigued of your bullshit. Okay? Talking about, oh, your wife. So there's some standards that don't, like, people stay away from, bro. Same. This red pill shit that they've taught you guys to your head. You didn't grow up with a man that gave you structure on how to conduct relationships and stay married. And then you went into a red pill realm for 10 years that taught you that the men that do what men are supposed to do are somehow simps. They gave you that stupid ass word. So you're already broken. They've told you that if you self-correct a little bit, you're a simp. And then they left you no option to travel to a foreign country. You go to these foreign countries, you realize these women don't even want you. You start going to their prostitutes. That's like bottom of the barrel bullshit, bro. You should not even be having a conversation with me. You should be learning from me because I've done this shit more successfully. When y'all do it within a year or two, they round you up, they take you, they divorce you, they take all your bullshit, they take all your shit. And when you have children, you don't raise them right. You leave them hanging, then you go right back into the welfare system. Okay? This is what you guys have. Let's see, we can find some more, including their men. Sometimes the men show up here. What's your name?
Hello? Oh, hi.
Oh, this is a white
Hi,
woman.
what's your name?
Let's get some
Melissa.
black ones. Let's get
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Shania.
Shania, where you calling us from?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio's in the building. Shania. Columbus, Ohio. How old are you?
I am 30.
30 years old. Do you have any children?
I have 2, and I also have custody of my niece.
Okay, so 3 kids live with you?
Yep.
Okay, how old are your kids?
13, 3, and then my niece is 9.
13, 3, and 9. 13, your children, do they have the same dad?
No.
Of course
Was you
not.
ever married?
Nope.
Why are you not
course
with
not.
the 3-year-old dad?
So we have the same birthday, and
You look at us on the.
I hope it's not my Wi-Fi.
It's always some dumb reason. She probably left him because the zodiac sign didn't match. What's that motherfucker? Did he run away? Let him come.
No, girl, I apologize. I think it's mine.
Okay.
All right, so let's try it again. So why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
I'll be totally honest and transparent. So my youngest daughter is a one-night stand baby. We co-parent well. We just didn't take it anywhere after the one-night stand. Yeah, like
y'all don't wear condoms in one-night stands.
I mean, I can explain to you the story if you want.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so I was in a relationship with a guy for 7 years. That was my longest relationship. We broke up and I let loose. And yeah, I definitely should have used protection, but it was my birthday. It was his birthday. We was drunk. And yeah, we made a baby.
Okay, well,
I believe in abortion, so she here. And she is a blessing.
I appreciate your transparency. Okay, so y'all co-parent well?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
you
we go ahead sometimes.
tonight, you gotta get situated with us. So you moving a lot, you looking around. So you
It's
gotta
the Pisces in me. I'm a pacer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta find what you're ready to do. Okay, here we go.
Let me have
All
a
right.
because I'll keep moving around.
Okay. So this is Shania in Columbus, Ohio. 30. What do you do for a living?
I'm an Uber and Lyft driver.
Uber and Lyft driver. Who picks the music? The
I thought only Tedders drive Uber. Where's that motherfucker? So I show him some more.
driver or the passenger?
I keep my music on what I want to hear. They can request the song and I will play it, but I play what I want to listen to.
I got into it with my Uber driver one time. They told me pull out your headphones because I'm not changing the station.
No, see, I ain't like that. I'll pass you the aux cord if you got a request.
Okay. All right, Shania, what is your birthday or zodiac sign?
March 14th. I'm a Pisces.
She's a Pisces. All right, so Shania, Columbus, Ohio, 30. She has 2 biological kids, and she's also taking care of her niece. She's an Uber and Lyft driver. What kind of man are you looking for?
An honest man. It's very hard to find honesty out here. And yeah, somebody who knows what they want out of life, like somebody with a plan, a man with a plan, and an honest man. Everything else can be worked.
You know, she said it's hard to find honest men in the community and somebody that has a plan. A lot of these dudes don't have plans. I mean, these women are toast anyway, but what they say is actually true because this is inside information. These dudes have no plan. This is your women saying y'all have no plan. Even the big bucks can't find men with plan. Over here talking all kinds of shit like that. Some this elite group of men. No, you're not.
Worked with.
What are some deal breakers for you?
Baby mama drama. Yep. Dishonesty. Bad breath.
Damn, y'all don't brush your teeth too?
And not and terrible communication skills. People that communicate to respond but not to listen and understand. I don't like people like that.
Do you have baby daddy drama? Why are you
No, I do not. I don't have baby daddy drama.
Where are you going now, Shania?
I'm mixing. I'm flipping my chicken. It's just right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, you cooking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know she can cook, child.
And I can.
In the meantime, does the guy have to look a certain way?
I'm big on teeth and hygiene, so can't have jacked up teeth, can't stink.
Can't stink. Could he have kids already?
So y'all can judge me if y'all want, but if he has kids, I would like for him to have full custody or the mother not be in the picture.
Is your children's dads in your?
If you have kids and your mother is not in your picture, yeah, look, yeah, she doesn't have a straight teeth either. She's asking for what she don't that she's not able to provide, and she's looking for a guy who has no relationship with their mothers if they have a child. This how can you can't fix these people, bro? Or why is that dude that was talking all kinds of shit? You know, I'd rather be a simp for an African woman that has her shit together. You know, like you shouldn't be embarrassed when you shit turns like that on you. I'd rather simp for an African woman that is traditional. You guys take planes to the other side of the globe to look for a woman that will cook and clean. Over here talking about somebody being a simp. I don't cook. I don't clean. Well, I mean, I do help out if I want to, but I don't have to. Over here, so same. Because some red pill loser told you a term and you went away with it. You have no relationship skills, no relationship experience. Been in this game for 13 years, bro. These men with no responsibility sit on the internet talking like they've done some amazing things. You haven't won financially in work. You haven't won in relationships. You should have no business speaking on other men that are actually doing real work. Instead of traveling with your Uber self, they drive Uber for a month and then they go on an airplane and beg for donations to travel. You're jealous of Austin Holloman. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You're in the children's lives?
My youngest child's father is, they're both in their life. My youngest child's father is in her life more, and my oldest child's father is in her life less.
So why would you want a man that can't have the setup that you have set up?
Because my baby daddies don't give me no problems. One of them I barely know, so we don't have those kind of problems. And the other one, we've been doing this for almost 14 years, so those problems are gone.
Do they each have access to you whenever they need, because y'all co-parent a child? Like he can reach out to you if the child's sick or if he wants a child, right?
Yeah, like what? Yes, I'm not one of those. Mm-mm.
So, I mean, we had a dope guy on the show, and he explained sometimes, well, he has no kids, why he want to date a woman with no kids. And he was like, he'll never be number one when you date a woman with kids. And then there's other men that can always access this woman because they share a child together. So what might not be drama to you, a guy still has to be able to conform in that manner.
And that's true. And that's fine. If you don't want to deal with what I have going on, please don't waste my time, because I'm very transparent about what I want, what I, expect from my partner. So if you can't do that, please just go on.
Okay. So you'd rather have a guy with no kids, basically.
No, I'm down to have a guy with either no kids. I would actually prefer them to have kids so they know how to, deal with them. But your baby mama drama, there can be no baby mama drama, like none. The first sign of it, I'm out.
And what's baby mama drama to you?
Just ratchetness. You know how some baby mothers can be, like just calling 90 million times, always got their hand out, don't have nothing going on for themselves, still want to be with the child's father. It's, we know what baby daddy and baby mama drama is. I don't have a problem with a good co-parenting relationship. I encourage it, if I'm with someone who, in the past, when I've been with people with baby mama drama, I've encouraged them to get better with that situation. But it's draining. I don't want to do it no more.
I'm about to say, it seems like you've been through something with that situation.
So the last guy I was with, I know one of your questions was when it was your last relationship. It was a year ago. It's coming up on a year at the end of August. But he was a pretty good guy, but he wasn't a stand-up father. I was kind of blinded by it because it was a new relationship and everything. But I kind of got to see what they were talking about, the baby mamas and why they would be mad and stuff like that. And ultimately, that's why we ended, because it's just like, your baby mamas are mad because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but you over here doing it, which is weird. And I can't.
If you might think, oh, I picked some. These are just random shit, bro. The whole community is baby mama, baby mama, baby mama, baby mama. The whole community, baby mama, baby mama, baby mama, baby mama. Like, what can you do with this shit, bro? I want that dude to come. He couldn't handle the smoke. If that's the direction you're gonna go, stood that low, I want him to come. I've done my shit right, bro. I got no children out of wedlock. I oversee my children every day of the year. From the very day I was actually in the room at birth. I was actually in the room at birth, guiding them way through their lives. Yeah, you can go to Black Alpha. These are former convicts. That's what am I? There's nothing inspirational. What are you gonna learn in 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 live streams like that? Nothing. There's nothing there to learn. You learn. You're watching an idiot. The 2 seconds you are here, it's enough knowledge for the next 5 years for you, because nobody in your community will give you this knowledge for free. So pop in once in a while. Get up, bro. Yeah. Pop in once in a while and learn some sense, right? It'll help you. You know, like some dude got mad at me when I said I'm your daddy. I strongly believe that. You think when I say it, I mean I'm joking? See, God sent me to North America to save you, motherfuckers. You know, God sent me here to save you. I'm like a disciple. My goal here is to save you. Okay. So get up. Nope. Hey, there's my subs. Some of my subs have my direct phone number. They know where I work. They know where I work. I work for a top 20 company globally, bro. The number is actually lower than that, but I say 20 so that they don't go searching. But you can call all the 20 on the list. You probably one of them will answer the call. Okay. Elite. That's what I strive for. Elite. You work hard to put yourself in certain places. Okay. Elite. So everything I say here is because I've done it and I'm continuing to do it. You know? These people don't understand, man. Let me show. Maybe I think I can show you guys this. I have a rare let me switch on my internet real quick. I'll show you something. But yeah, this is the nature of the community. You know, it's internet. I don't like to sometimes show my personal stuff because these people are sick, man. This is why some of you are asking me to do membership. I don't want to do it because, like, what do I have to hide? If I'm not my authentic self and I can't show this side that certain things are possible if you do it the right. Marriage is a beautiful thing, man. These people it's not culturally for them. The blacks in the West, they left marriage a long time ago. So they don't understand it. You know, they have to learn it again. And there's no YouTube channels that can teach them. Right? These black alphas, they talk about the FBAs need to learn, they need to improve their families, and no, they cannot, bro. They got no chance, man. Who are they gonna do that with? Keisha? You know, this is me when I did it, man. This is a clip from a photo from my traditional wedding, right there in Africa. This is me. So I don't say things that I don't do. You know, for us, it's the next step, man. You must. It's a must. You must. It's a must. You must. And it's definitely not some Keisha with 2 kids, different baby mommies, overweight, doesn't have any traditional with them. No, none of that bullshit. You know, none of that bullshit. You know, but yeah, you get these people that come from a community where they are raised by women that don't even know if they are women, men that can't stay, you know, men that cannot stay, you know, men that cannot stay around and raise children. You know, these men won't stay around and raise their children. Just absolute bombs, man. Like, you should not have any respect for these people. That's what I've been saying, bro. There's really nothing to respect when it comes to these guys, bro. Absolute no respect for them. This is why they are scrambling when we talk about these issues. I did things the right way, you know. I did things the right way. I went to college, worked, went to grad school, came back to corporate, worked in corporate America, got married, had my first child in 2016. He'll be 10 years old this year. And I'm still raising that son. Had my daughter 3 years ago. So this is a life cycle that is not very common with the blacks in America. My degree is not a scam. I went to Illinois State University. You guys see me rock my t-shirt all the time. I was at the Department of Mathematics. You don't do scam degrees in mathematics, bro. You don't do scam degrees in mathematics. I can never be unemployed. At worst, I can go teach. I can be a school teacher. I have the qualifications to be a school teacher if I want to. I can teach college. I used to teach at a college. I'm multidimensional when it comes to my skill set. I can teach at a community college right now if I want to. Guys, you cannot live in this part of Prosper, Texas if you're poor. Okay? You can't live in this part of Prosper, Texas if you're poor. There's not people in your community here. No, I'm not unemployed. KF has my personal line. He knows I'm not unemployed. He sees me take work meetings all the time. I should be retired, by the way, if I want to. I've made enough money to retire right now. You know, I've made enough money to retire right now. You know, but yeah, I don't have a LinkedIn. That dude's profile you seen on the LinkedIn, that's not me. I took down my LinkedIn before I started doing YouTube. So that's not me. You will not find where I work. It's never going to be disclosed publicly. You won't know it. I think only Chaotic knows where I work. But yeah, you will never know where I work. Because you black folks in America, you're sick people. You start calling employers because you're worried about my rhetoric on the internet. No. So yeah, if it makes you happy that I'm unemployed, yeah, let's celebrate. I'm unemployed. But how can you be unemployed? Maybe in your community. If I was unemployed, I'll be on benefits. You can't be on benefits living in Prosper, bro. Google it. Google what it costs to buy a home in Prosper. And if I was unemployed, how did I do a mortgage in July? I just did it. I just bought this house. You know, I just bought this house. So how can I be unemployed? Don't you need some income to buy a house? or in Black America, they give you guys houses, right? You don't need income to buy a house. These guys are not intelligent. Like I've been telling you, man, these people are not intelligent people. So, and they are too emotional. They are too emotional, man. They are unaccomplished for the most part, and they are too emotional. And people like me, like I said, the amount of money I've made in corporate America, bro, I can retire right now. I got millions of dollars stacked up. I can take retirement this early. But I'm giving it a run because my wife is also killing it, She's killing it in corporate, bro. So I'm letting her do a little run. And when the time is up, we'll wrap it up and go chill on a farm. Yeah, no, y'all have a lot of work to do, man. Over there worried about me. Don't be worried about me. Don't be worried, man. I got everything I want. I got my kids with me. I got my wife with me. They're all staying at home under my leadership, under my guidance. Uh, you know, no, I'm not broke. You guys saw my AdSense. I showed you the last time, right? I don't even take money from YouTube. My AdSense has never paid out since I started doing YouTube. It cost me more money. Dennis Spelling just cost me another $30 a month. The blacks, all they do is cost me money. You know, the blacks, they just cost me money, man. I just had to do $30 to buy an address just to do it Sperling. You know? So yeah. No, I'm not unemployment. I fund this YouTube channel myself. I run all this shit out of pocket, bro. That's why you don't see memberships. You don't see cash apps. When the blacks do YouTube, they are begging. You know, if we go to a black page, what was he watching? Black Alpha. The guy says he was watching Black Alpha. This is what he's watching. Let's see. Black Alpha. This is what they watch, bro. Okay, if you go to a place like this, just listen to what they talk about. Just rage bullshit. If you go in their descriptions, it is begging. Where's the thing? Hey, there you go. Right there. Let me share the screen so y'all can see it. Black Alpha Network. A Begistan. That's what we call these people. Beggars. This is what they watch. Look at them. On the top here, hey family, that's a pinned comment. Hey family, you can contribute to Black Alpha Network on Cash App. We appreciate your support. Right there on the top, pinned comments. You won't see that here. We don't do that shit over here, bro. These are beggars. They're unemployed bums. They have no skill. This is bullshit, bro. You know, it's internet, man. It's all these fuckers got. At least I built skill. I'm teaching my folks some skills, bro. And I know some of you come here to learn. These same black people that come over here talk plenty like this because they keep coming back. This Anon guy is always here. They come here to learn. I know black people. You know, I study the blacks. You know, I study the blacks. I know black people. They come here to learn because they know their creators don't have any intelligence. Their creators will not teach them anything. So they go to their creators for entertainment. They come here partly to troll, but before they start sending their stupid messages, they learn something. They come here to learn just because, you know, like they're always going to learn from the Africans, right? They have to always learn from the Africans. So this is their way to learn. They come with half brain to learn here. Then they go get a bit of dopamine on the other side. They get entertained. Then they come back here and learn a little bit. We got to help these people out, man. You know, so don't be mad at them when they show up here. They come here actually to learn from us, right? They come to learn how to build families because they don't know how to do it. They come here to learn how to be in their children's lives. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. I mean, this is a video for another day, but maybe since this has already become a long stream on a sick day, but we'll just play one. It's one of my videos for Dennis Sperling. So I'm just gonna give you a preview of who these people that we're currently dealing with are. Okay, it's not a coincidence, but let me show you something. This is a video for tomorrow, but I'm gonna just give you a preview, right? It won't be too long, and then we'll wrap this up because we gotta go. But this is a preview of everything that we've been talking about with these guys. They got plenty of work to do. But after we're done lashing them, we have to now teach them. Okay. So right now, it's more like the discipline phase. We're just like giving them the discipline they require. But after we're done disciplining them, then we'll go through a new indoctrination of teaching them how to do things the right way. Okay. So I'll play a little bit of this video just to give you guys a preview into tomorrow's live show, one of the days live stream.
Kids were selling this stuff. A 9-year-old girl sold me some.
The users of crack aren't its only victims. Children are the most tragic victims. In Miami Beach, this baby is taken from her pregnant mother, who police say sold crack to undercover officers. An alleged crack dealer led away in handcuffs crosses the path of children on their way home from school. And while police count the proceeds from the suspected dealer's sales, his son watches in confusion. Neighbors with children watch from across the street.
They see this every day. SWAT, dogs, guns, violence, the people out here selling crack. They try to sell it to my son.
Crack is bought and sold on street corners in broad daylight. Children are hired as lookouts, threatened if they refuse, educated about crack at an early age.
What's your name?
Tammy.
What do they sell out here?
Rocks.
Rock?
So Timmy here, okay, if you saw that, this is a 1988 video, but this problem, the crack epidemic, started in the early 80s up onto really, let's say, early 90s, 91, 92, okay? This dude you are seeing right here, if he stayed alive and if he's not locked up, this dude is now 40 years old, okay? I'll play it back a little bit so you see it.
At an early age.
What's your name?
Tammy.
What do they sell out here?
Oh, you didn't see because I had okay, so right here, I had an overlay on it, so you didn't see it.
Crack at an early age.
What's your name?
Tammy.
What do they sell out here?
Rocks.
Rocks? Can you imagine bringing up children in a neighborhood where barbed...
So the kids that were exposed to this, they are 40 years old right now. Actually, this was I think this was done in 1988. So these kids, actually people that are between the ages of 40 and 50 were children or young, like adolescents during the crack epidemic. Okay. So 40 to 50 years. Picture that, right? That's the Tariq Nasheed group. Okay. The Didis, R. Kelly's, Tariq Nasheed, that's the generation. Those are the generation of the blacks that grew up like this. What we're dealing with on the internet, like Anon and all these other guys, would fall like CEO, right? These people will fall between the ages of 20, Austin Holloman, to 30, because a lot of these guys also had kids very early because they were out there on the streets. So we're dealing with what we have working with right now. If you take out the Gen Zs, the guys that are under 18 years old, anybody 18 and up to the age 55 is either born as a crack user or the child of a crack user. And the chemistry of their brains was affected. So this is why these people are looking for answers right now. This was also the era of the welfare state, which started a little bit preceding that. So they have their 60s problems. They got a slightly good run in the 70s. The 80s is when their laziness just showed up. And it's created these babies that are giving immigrants hell right now because they failed at shit. And they're seeing a wave of immigrants come to America and do well. All these guys you see in live streams, if they would tell us the truth, regardless of their feminine nature, they are crack users or they are the children of crack users. They can never deny it because this is the data. That every literature of Black America supports exactly what I'm saying. All the men that are giving human beings wahala in America right now, that are running away from women and don't want to get married, that are leaving children out of wedlock, don't want to raise their children, that are masquerading all over the globe, causing problems. They are all products of the crack epidemic. And because they are confused and didn't have any structure, their children under 18 are your YNs. This is why I say they have no chance at progress. All these guys have to die off or they have to be locked up in prison. So it's maybe after the YN's children that you can start to see some improvement. These are not special people, folks. I gave you the data. Don't pay attention to the shit to talk about, oh, your country this, your country this. What we've built in Africa, these guys are not capable. When is the, I see this all the time. When is the last time you saw a black plumber nowadays? They can't even change a sprinkler head, bro. These people can't use their hands. Over here talking about somebody being a simp. At least I do my shit around the house. I maintain my own house. I've done some vlogs on it. I do my little things around the house. These are unemployable men, men that have no skill, can't work. They just dance. I have a lot of historical videos that I can show you that this was all meant for another day, but if they want to talk about some things, we could show them some things. We could show them some things, man. I don't know why these people want to do this shit with me. Like, I spend my whole entertainment researching your L's, bro. That's what I do for a living. Take that shit somewhere else. You got to be very thick-skinned to deal with me too, because I will hit your emotional buttons, bro. But these are facts too. These are facts. These are facts, bro. They're teaching these kids. Look at them, bro. Destitute. They weren't doing much, man. I'm telling you, if I have a whole lot of historical videos that if I don't want to mess up my reactions because I've set this up for the future. I've set this up for the future. But I have some of the things you see them dancing. I have some of the videos you see white folks working hard and building shit. Then you see all the Negroes, they used to call them Negroes at the time. You see the Negroes just dancing it up, bro. Dusting it up and dancing it up. No, bro. No. I don't hold you in high esteem like that. Don't start it, man. Don't start it. I'm sick today, though. I'm sick, man. I don't feel good today, but yeah, oh my God. They really want to go there? I think it was the title was, let me see. I think it's YouTube. Oh, I don't have it queued, but I think it was the CBS. It was CBS 1960. That might be your last one before I log off. This thing went way longer than I thought. 1960 CBS. I think it was about farm workers or something. Harvest of Shame. This one right here. I might get copyright for this, but we'll scan through it real quick.
One farmer looked at this and said,
this is how the blacks used to migrate from the South to go work 3-month jobs in North Carolina and in the northern states during the farm season. This is how they used to pack them up. This is called Class D transportation because it's not first class. It's like the bottom class. That's how they used to send them up there, including their children were working for 2 cents an hour. So that 2 cents then, they don't teach them this history. They don't know really about themselves and just what the transformation to what today America is. This is factual, bro. This is a CVS documentary, man. Black Americans, I'm warning you, man. I'm really warning you. I don't want to do this. I really don't. But you're dealing with an academic that can do real research and put shit forefront for the whole world to remember, the guys that are forgotten, and for the new ones to see. Only because you forced us to. So I spend my whole day looking for your L's, bro. That's my hobby. That's what I do. So if you don't come prepared, like I can write a history, I can write a book about your community at this point. Like I know you guys even in the head, your psychology, how to offend you, how to make you feel pain. Like I'm your daddy. Okay. That's the best description of it. I'm your daddy on YouTube. I'm your daddy. I'm the Black's daddy. I'm the best at this. I'm your daddy. So you calm down, man. Don't get me there, because this was a short video about YouTube analytics and how travel creators are struggling. Then some idiot that was raised by a single mom decided to disrespect my wife, which men don't do that, man. Disrespect me. There's a lot of shit you can say about me, right? Once you go there, that means you're trying to pick out something that you think will offend me, but it doesn't offend me because I know I got a beautiful woman. She's not a fat woman that is loud and arrogant and unskilled and has baby mommy, baby daddy issues. None of that shit. So that's good for me. Okay. That's it meets the respect test. Okay. And then she's a lawyer on top of all this shit, bro. So that's somebody that you would go to help you so you don't go to jail. So put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Put some respect on it. But yeah, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I'm not offended. But you're gonna trigger the live stream to go this direction that I don't want it to go. Because this is like, I got a stockpile, bro. I think I need to go spend some of this YouTube money and buy maybe a 10 terabyte hard disk to put all these things up there, because it's just too much. My phone can barely handle this shit, bro. Because the good thing about America is they documented all these things. So there's a lot of archives for me to dig up shit. But this is how these guys migrated to the north. They were migrants in America. They actually call them migrants. You will hear in this documentary. If you have some time, there are two documentaries I want you to watch: Mississippi 1961 and then Harvest of Shame. And you understand how these people even showed up in the northern states. They would come here, work, their children were uneducated, and that everything you see today, they've been dusting it up from the 60s. This is not new. It's not normal for you to see human beings behave this abnormal in such a big mass. It's not a coincidence. It's become cultural because it started a long time ago. This is where it actually started.
We used to own our slaves. Now we just rent them.
You heard it? We used to own our slaves. Now we just rent them. So they were renting them as slaves in the 1960s to work these stupid ass they call them migrant jobs.
The Secretary of Labor looked at the migrant plight and said,
I think they're the great mass of what I've called.
See, so it took some white men to help them out, to bring it to the president and say, we got to do some things for them. Massa has always been by their side, bro. The hate that they're giving you right now, they're doing it thinking they are at parity with Massa. They are forgetting that they are still have to go through Massa. Massa has always been by their side. These people they would have been nothing, man. These are animals, bro. And I mean that literally. These are animals. Like without this little help Massa gave them, you go through the history the way I've been going through this, man. These are animals. They are Massa's favorite pets. This is why they feel they feel like they have to fend you guys off because they think the immigrants have gotten so close to massa. The Secretary of Labor had to go to the president and say, man, they used to call them Negroes. Yeah, these Negroes are struggling right now, man. Let's give them something.
The who are follow the sun.
Well, I don't know. It don't look like really
You picked up north.
like we have milk.
Week. Played around north. There was still some work
Look at them. Look at them. Look at your people.
in the bean fields. Children, as usual, were left to fend for themselves.
Jerome, how old are you?
Nowadays, they sit on TikTok talking about Africa doesn't have hot water. You don't have hot water. You want to have water. You know what I'm saying? Hot water. Look at them carrying water with a bucket.
9. Do you go to school?
Yes.
Where do you go to school, Jerome?
I did it over Children Elementary School.
I see. What is your sister's name?
Lois,
That's Lois. And what are your other sisters' names?
Catherine, and Beulah.
Catherine and Beulah. What happened to your foot, Jerome?
Dig a nail in out there by the wash house.
So you drove a nail in out by the wash house. What did your mother do for that?
She put some alcohol on it
Where do you sleep, Jerome?
in his bed.
You have this big bed?
Yes.
What happened?
Brothers, look at this. This is them in America when they started moving north. This is them in America when they started moving north. You know, this stuff was not passed down. It's not like us where our folks pass this shit down and tell us where we come from, so we stay humble throughout our living. The new breed, they just seeing the new magnificent USA without knowing where it all started. And this was not too far. My mom was alive then. My mom was alive in Ghana when these fuckers were living like this, bro. This is 1960.
How did you get that?
My mom was 7 years old. So some of these guys are still alive, by the way. Some of them are still alive.
That hole in that bed there, Jerome?
Rats.
The what?
Rats.
Now, Jerome.
You see, the bed's all eaten up by rats, bro. You see these ninjas? You see this? Nana doesn't lie, man. Where are those loudmouths? They gone? Yeah, they can. They know they poke the man. They shouldn't do that with me, man. Today was supposed to be a simple stream. I was only supposed to be here for 30 minutes. They wasted my time, you know. They wasted my time. It's not like they come here and they do super chats or whatever. They don't do none of that shit, man. They come here, they waste my time, and then they run off with their bullshit. When I start doing things like this, they cannot emotionally take it because they are bitches, you know. They just run off.
You are taking care of Kathy, of Beulah, and Lois.
Yes.
Now, are you going to give them lunch today?
Yes.
What are you going to feed them?
I don't know.
Do you have any food here to give them?
Yes.
Ew.
What time does your mother come home?
All these guys used to
You're
eat
gonna
was
feed them.
beans, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Do you have any food here to give them?
Yes.
Look at the food. Isn't that these same guys that mock our food? VDT, look at their food, bro. This is beans. These motherfuckers didn't even know how to cook beans, bro. Look at the pot. Look at their food, bro. They were nothing. Talking about we built America. This is them, bro. I thank God that America at least keeps record of these things, man. Sometimes in books, sometimes in video and clips. You know, all these media outlets have these archives that you can go on their website and takes you to the archives. You can look at them. It's not all on YouTube. Some are really on websites now that you can access them. And I spend my whole day looking up this shit. So these are supposed to be different reaction videos that I'm supposed to do in future, you know. But because some idiots came in the comment section, I've reviewed my secrets. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm saving my best for last. I don't like to review things because I'm playing the long game, you know. Still can't cook today. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. They got something coming, man. Yeah. Let me finish with Dennis Sperling. I want to pick them one by one because I don't want to be overstretched by hitting so many people at the same time. I want to hit them one by one, take one of them, shut it down, boom. Like how we dealt with O'Shea. Take one, hit him, shut him down, boom. Then we take the next one, hit him, shut him down, boom. And then eventually Tariq will come around. Tariq is once in a while. This is them, folks. This is them. This is the food. I don't know any African food that looks like this shit. Doesn't have any red oil. At least Ghana will put, when we do beans, we'll put some palm oil on it. We'll dress it up nicely. You can see some onions in it. I feel like throwing up looking at this shit, bro. It's got nothing. Salt and beans. That's what they were eating, folks, in 1960. My mom was alive. And all of them are connected to this because any black person that doesn't live in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia that says, I'm from DC, I'm from New York, they were part of this group. It's called the Great Migration. This is how they started. Okay, so they were not no natives because natives don't eat this shit. Okay, this is some nasty shit, bro. That's how they moved up north. You have to be humble in life, bro. That's one of the things I've learned. You got to be very, very humble. Embrace your history and be humble. You're not any better than the Africans, bro. Massa just gave you a hookup. That's it.
I see. What time does your mother come home?
I don't know.
The following day, Aline King, the mother of Jerome, Kathy, Lois, and Beulah, again was picking beans.
Aileen King, I saw your children yesterday at the Okeechobee camp. Why didn't you put them in the nursery?
I don't make enough to pay for it.
How much does it cost to put them in?
85 cents.
85 cents.
That's right.
Aileen, what time did you come out the field this morning?
6 o'clock.
What time will you get home?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock.
6 this morning to 4 o'clock this afternoon.
That's right.
And if you notice one trend, even from the 60s, only the women work. The men are lazy. Till this very day, this is still true. They leave the kids. They don't raise the kids. Different men will have kids with these women. They don't raise the kids. These women will go there, pick. They used to get, 18 cents? She will leave the kids. The older kid is taking care of the other kids. That's risky because she can't afford the camp. And then she has to go work these long hours and leave the kids with those beans. And this is the story for most of them. It wasn't like a one family thing. I've seen some of them had 9 kids. Again, guys, I've been studying this thing because I need it for my live streams. Some of them will have 9 kids deep. And they'll leave them and go to these fields and do these jobs. Okay? And get little pay, then they'll come back, and the kids will not even be in school. So this problem started a long time ago, way before any immigrant showed up.
How much did you earn?
$1.
$1?
That's right. $1.
Is that because the beans were of poor quality?
That's right.
Has this happened before?
That's right.
How much will your food cost you today?
About $2.
Aileen, how old are you?
29.
How many children do you have?
She's 29 already in 1960 with 3 kids. This thing didn't just start. Sometimes if you look at the statistic, they make it's a new problem. No, it's not a new problem, bro. This is who they are. It's never going to change. It's actually getting worse. This is what it's always been, folks. It's not because some immigrants showed up. No. This is it, man.
14.
How old were you when you first started working in the fields?
8.
She started working at 8. So only the women have been working. These boys are just on the internet. Oh, the Black Alpha Network has 3,500 in a live stream. Yeah, because they're not working, bro. You can fire them up. You can fire up a live stream at 6 o'clock in the morning. These ninjas will be in the live stream. They don't do it at night like we do it. And they don't learn anything from their live stream. There's no education. There's nothing they talk about in their comment sections. You know? Anyway. This is why they are looking for my job, folks. like as if my employer will not do anything. I think my employer will look at my videos and laugh about it. You know, maybe I should even tell them myself to be watching my YouTube channel. There's nothing wrong here. What do I say here that is wrong? Amplifying their L's and telling them to do better? No, it's nothing wrong. I'm a critic of the black. What is wrong with being a black critic? They are not a protected group. They want to be treated as a protected group. What the fuck? No, you're not. You can do that to Massa. No, you're not a protected group. When you're talking about my people like this, it's game on, man. Eat it up, motherfucker. Eat it up.
Been working 21 years in the field?
That's right.
Aileen, do you ever think you'll be able to get out of this kind of work?
No, sir.
All the migrants travel fourth class. If there is
What did I tell you? They all travel fourth class.
a privileged class, they ride in their own jalopy, in the best Jode family tradition.
Look how excited they are, right? Look at how excited they are.
The long journey begins. Through Atlanta, Nashville.
So if you see, they were not skilled labor, so they couldn't have built the infrastructure of America. The roads that they were traveling on was built by white people. This is pure evidence. Their job skills was restrained to low skill agricultural work. They were food pickers. They would just pick things during the harvest. This is why their jobs were seasonal and they had to be moved to the north where these farms were for them to be able to earn a living. And these jobs would last anywhere from 3 to 4 months. After that cycle, they'll return back to the south and they'll chill out and dance in the night to that, that music, dance it out, hold on to that money to the next season. They were seasonal migrant workers, and they'll come with their children. That's why their children will start working at age 8. So a majority of them were also child laborers, which left a big gap in their structure when it comes to education. Compare this period to sub-Saharan Africa. We were gaining independence. Where Ghana was already 3 years independent. Some countries were starting to gain independence, but we had access to education at that time. And when we became fully independent, there was no restriction to what college you could go to. You could go to Adisadel College, you could go to Infante Pim, you could go to Achimota School, or the big Prempeh College, or the big schools had no white-black restriction. In the colonial and in the Caribbean, people could just go to school. But these people, even though they could go to school, their poverty levels just didn't allow them. And they didn't have childcare. So when they go to these migrant jobs, they took their kids to it, and their kids also earned some money. And the ones that were old enough would take care of the little kids so that their moms can work. They were largely unskilled labor.
Indianapolis, en route to the fields and orchards of America. Lowe has been following the migrants for the past 9 months. Some are freewheelers who travel as a family unit. He met the Parsons family as they were about to leave Belgrade tomatoes for Indiana strawberries.
Mr. Parsons, do you think the farmers you work for care about your problems?
No, sir. They're not in particular worried about you.
So yeah, you guys got a preview. Let me see. I want to find one where they are dancing so you know what they were up to. That was my favorite part. I don't know if it's this video or another video.
Be a doctor.
You're going to be a doctor?
Yes.
What kind of a doctor, do you know?
I think I'd rather be a dentist.
A
Pull
dentist?
teeth.
Mrs. Christine Shack, their teacher, was asked about her pupils.
Mrs. Shank, do your pupils, who are most of them children of migrant families, are they anxious to get an education?
You see what the white folks were calling them? They were calling them migrants, even though they were moving from one side of the U.S. to another side of the U.S. These guys had no respectable labels for the blacks, bro.
Terribly anxious, even more so than the child in the normal school year.
Do they get any help from their parents as far as schoolwork is concerned?
Usually you will find that the parents themselves are not educated. When we go out to enroll the children, oftentimes the parent will make an act.
Yeah, they were terrorists. Yeah, all of them. See, the things they're hungry about, they were doing.
And the person interviewing will have to sign it in order to get permission for the child to be enrolled in school.
Mrs. Shank, how does this problem affect you personally?
I think maybe I feel a bit of responsibility toward these children because I realize that we here in New Jersey reap the benefits of their parents' labor, and the children are suffering because their parents are here doing this.
If you notice, they spoke good English then too. They were, at least they were trying, like the educated blacks spoke proper English, not the bullshit they speak nowadays, But these are like, I was trying to find the video. I think that's a different video. That's my main video that I want to do tomorrow. I think this is a video, but I'm gonna see if I can find the dancing part because I don't want to destroy this video. This one is like will be a full reaction video. I want to see the part where they are hanging out, showing us what they got.
This is survival and escape in Huff. Music, movement, and this moment. But in the morning, no job that will pay a living wage.
So yeah, this is a different one. You see, there are no jobs to pay a livable wage in the morning. So all they did was they danced. This is where the talent comes from. Clowns. They were entertaining themselves. So they built a culture of entertainment from being idle. This is why anytime you talk to them, they talk about their celebrities and entertainment. It came from idle hands. It wasn't a unique talent or a unique skill. It just came from the fact that a lot of them were destitute and couldn't do much for America. So they danced. You see it here. They're dancing. They're busting out all the moves. The amount of calories that man burnt can build a bridge, or build a house. But no jobs. Look at them. Even their children were dancing.
They ain't gonna give but a handful of crumbs to a mother. What do you think the young teenager gonna do? Why do you think that's down here on Huff? Because when it gets dark, they have to go out here and survive.
There you go. And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up, man. I gotta go. I don't feel good, man. This guys just got me to take you down, release some of my secrets that I don't have to release, man. Oh, well, what am I gonna do with these blacks, man? What is I gonna do, man? Yeah, that's the evolution of the dance. That's where it came from. All the Chris Brown bullshit that we've become accustomed to. Oh yeah. Tariq Nasheed, man. You touch the wrong people, bro. I'm telling you. By the time we're done with y'all, by the time you're done with y'all, man. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on the Dennis Sperling stuff. You'll have a great night. My wife and children are already sleeping. I don't feel good. So I'm going to be sleeping in another room till I get better because they don't get sick. And then tomorrow, hopefully I can be good enough to be on camera. And maybe we'll bring the panel on. I like to do the panels. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great night. I hope you enjoyed the show. I think it went good. It ended well. It went well. We kick some African terrorists, right? Because these guys are threatening to us. They keep coming to our live stream, man. We kicked their ass. We got them out of. I didn't block them. They just got off. They couldn't handle the smoke. They couldn't handle the smoke, man. I'm sure they are crying in their bedrooms right now. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna kill Nana. I'm gonna call his office. I'm gonna find him. Oh. That Nana dude, man. I gotta shoot him. Oh. All right, fellas. Good night, guys. Good night, Devin. Good night, DT. Good night to Jerry and Melly. Good night to you, bro.